See, I need to change out that graphic, but the song is so catchy that I still got to play it every Friday when we do this. Welcome, everybody. It's Friday morning. I am Mick Manhattan, the Scene Snob. We are here. Well, we're not here. I'm here. I'm with you all morning till 10 a.m. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that are going on right now. Lots of stuff to get to in the news, especially pop culture and geek. Good morning, Derpy says. James Gunn is a god, an absolute genius. We're going to be getting into that and more because there's big news. And I'm going to pose the question to you guys early, and I'm going to kind of keep asking it. And we're going to go through, and as we go through, I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments. Let's talk about this. There's a lot of other fun topics planned. I am super stoked. But guys, big news has come out right now. And it's a very reliable source that it is, in fact, going to happen. I do know, and I can't leak it at the moment, but I don't know why we can't talk about it a little bit because it is out there. I don't, as of right this second, I haven't seen if they've named yet, but in the new Flash movie, an actor who played Batman is coming back. Not Michael Keaton. And he is back. We've already seen that, but another actor who played Batman is coming back, and he might be playing Batman in the Brave and the Bold movie, which will be coming out, where it deals with Damian Wayne, of course, and they're bringing that into it. James Gunn's already announced that, and I'm just going to put this up right now. It's definitely one of these. You can take Michael Keaton out, of course, but I would love to hear who you think is going to be coming back as Batman in The Flash, and possibly be the Batman of the new DCU. Let's keep going with it. Let's talk about it as we go on. There's a lot of speculation, lots of things going out in the world right now. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, what you guys think. But it is popping out, and like I said, I can tell you a very reliable source has put this out. So, and by the way, I've already put the information out over on our Patreon. You can go check it out there if you're a member. So it is available because we do put up all the movie updates and stuff like that we get and more. So it's over there on our Patreon. So go sign up, check it out. The link is down below. All right, everybody. Let's get into it. Now, some of you may be asking, why is Casey not here? I got to be honest with you. I have no idea. And I am not in the mood for the phone tag games today. So it's just going to be me. If he shows up, he shows up. If not, we shall see. But I hope you guys still spend the morning with me. Let's have a good time. Let's talk about things. So we're talking about Batman. There's a lot of other stuff that kind of came out recently, movie news wise. And one big speculation right now that's kind of being reported on, and it's very close, is that Aaron Taylor Johnson is almost locked down as the new Bond. I would love to know what you guys think about that. Do you think that, I personally, especially after seeing him in Bullet Train, I mean, he's been good in almost everything. Well, I shouldn't say almost. He is very good. I like him a lot. He was great as Kick-Ass, and this would be just a huge jump in the right direction, I think, for him. I think he'd make a great Bond. Making Bond a little younger would be a lot of fun to kind of see where they take that. I know. Oh, everybody's here. Let's go back and say hi to everybody. Paul says, good morning to my two favorites and fellow Snobs family. How are you all doing this morning? We're doing our best, my friend. Great morning from your black friend Sturdy. We love you, Sturd. Love you, Paul. Love you, Derp. He's certain maniac and killed Morbius. Morning. What's going on, Radar? How you doing, buddy? Derpy says, I was actually going to do stream discussions about that, but your stream's always good. Well, thank you, Derp. We thank you a lot, man. I can't let out the information right now, but like I said, I can tell you straight up when it comes to the Batman rumors that are going around, minus the Michael Keaton pictures here, it is definitely one of these Batman. I would... Oh my God. I used the wrong picture. It is... Don't look at that picture. It's too early in the morning for this news. and everything just broke about an hour ago. So like I'm going crazy. Let's just put it this way. The secret's out. Derpy, I love you, buddy. Let's just keep moving. All right. We got other stuff that's coming out as well. We're talking about Aaron Taylor Johnson as possibly being locked down as well. He's almost locked down as the new Bond. He's supposedly the very favorite for this. They want to move along with him. I like the choice. And I think after Daniel Craig and the amount of time it took between all those Bond movies, we should get a younger Bond in there as soon as we can and start making these movies. I'm not saying one a year, maybe one every 2 years or so, but we need more of them, I think. I love the Bond movies. They're all just fun. And I always just like really enjoy it. Paul gets it. So now we know, and you guys know too. That's all right. It's only the wonderful Snob Nation that watches, so I'm not going to get in any trouble. We also have some Captain America 4 updates. That's quite possible, and we can play with that one a little bit. There's a certain society that's going to be in it. I think we know that. That's kind of been talked about a little bit. But there is a head member of that society, and they have put it out there that who it's going to be. And also that another character from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier television show with powers much like our Steve Rogers will be coming back, and he'll be wearing a uniform in it. So I'm excited to see that. Aaron is a great choice. I think he fits, like, especially after seeing Bullet Train, seeing him in it, I think he would be a really fun one. I love James Bond. I really do. I would like to see it take a more fun direction. It's been very serious tone for a very long time now. And I don't dislike that. But I would love to, like, remember Roger Moore's movies? Like, they were serious, but they were also very tongue-in-cheek. They seemed like a lot of fun. He wasn't as stoic as, like, everyone else, pretty much. Timothy Dalton was pretty loose, too, and fun, I thought. And Pierce Brosnan had that fun, but it was starting to go more back to stoic. I would really like to see Aaron Taylor Johnson kind of breathe some new life into it, see where it goes, see what kind of Bond he plays, but just bring it to a more fun place, I think. Derpy says, I like Taron Egerton. Would have been cool for to be Bond too. You know what though? I like him in the Kingsman, and I think we're getting more of those. I think he's coming back as Eggy. So that's like another British property that I'd really like to see keep going. It's just a lot of fun, and I'd like to see where they take it. So we talked about that. Oh man, I can't believe I let loose that secret. I'm not good at these. Let's see what else we got going on at the moment. We got a ton of stuff happening. And it's so there's a new rumor that also claims that Yahya Abdul-Mateen 2 is attached to Damon Lindelof's untitled Star Wars movie. Now here's the thing. I'm not a huge Damon Lindelof fan when he takes over something. And when I heard he was going to be doing Star Wars, freaked me out a little bit. I don't love what he did with a lot of things. So I'm anxious to see where he's going to go with it. I do like Yahya. He is a very good actor. And I'm anxious to see what he does with Wonder Man too, because they're saying that his Wonder Man series, the tone of it is going to be much more serious than I think we're expecting. And I'm excited for that fact. I think that could go a really fun way. So we shall see. We are getting there. If you guys are just joining in, I know, sorry that I'm by myself again. It just is what it is. I don't know how long I'm going to be by myself, or I may just be me today. But I appreciate you guys for watching, tuning in, hanging out with me. Let's be part of it. Oh man, can't believe I used the wrong picture. just say this: if the cat's out of the bag already, let's just say bat nipples. I'm just gonna say that. How's that sound? What's up, Jason? How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you, my friend. We were talking about Batman. I can show the picture again. So one of the previous actors who played Batman in the movies is coming back, and he's going to be at the end of the Flash. Michael Keaton is still going to be there, by the way. His character is still going to be there, but whereas the original plan was for him to be the Batman of the DCU, I guess James Gunn has changed it, and they're getting someone else. In my opinion, you're not listening to your fans, because Michael Keaton would have been better, but they did get another actor who played Batman previously to come back, and the rumor is that it's said that he's definitely in the Flash, and you're going to see him. And going forward, he may be the Batman of the DCU, especially in The Brave and the Bold. Now, that is not confirmed yet by anyone over there. It's just a very reliable source that put it out. And we're excited to see where it goes. So it's going to be interesting. I kind of already let the cat out of the bag. So if you're just joining in, you'll find out. Or join our Patreon, because I know it's up there. We released the news earlier. So Jason just joining in, that might be your best bet. All right. The Borderlands movie was supposedly badly received internally, and they brought in Tim Miller, who directed Deadpool and Terminator Dark Fate, to try and fix the movie with extensive reshoots. And it leads me to ask a question. And I want to know all my video game fans out there who have an opinion on this. We've gotten The Last of Us, which everybody's hailing, and I don't know the video game. So for me, I can just say it's a great show. And if it's anything like the video game and what they're saying, then the video game sounds great. My biggest thing is you have Super Mario Brothers movie coming out that shows a lot of promise and fans seem really excited about. And then you had Uncharted last year, and they're always making some video game into a movie at some point. And everybody's always asking what's your favorite video game. I want to ask, especially my gamers out there, what is a video game that should not be made into a movie? What do you think would not work as a movie and a sole property? I don't want to go with, like, you could say like anything in pixels. I get that. Just a sole property video game that I would really like to hear your opinions on. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk about it. I'm not 100% sure, because what can't be made at this point? Everything's done with a story. Probably older stuff, right? That would make the most logical sense. But where do we stand with it? Because a lot of that stuff already came from movies or TV shows and stuff like that. So, or here's another part of the question. What video game should never be made into a movie but made into a television show? Let's do both questions. I'm going to post both of those, see what's up, and where we go from there. All right. Let's continue on. How's everybody doing this morning? Sound off. You're here. You're awake. You're keeping it going. Appreciate you. We really do. It is not easy to do 3 hours by yourself, but I'm going to be here and I'm going to do my best. And if you guys are enjoying it, please let me know, because I'll keep doing it. All right, man, there's so much. Oh, and also Flash season 9 starting up, getting crazy. And they introduced a new character yesterday in Red Flash. So make sure if you're watching it, check that out. Radar says Kingdom Hearts shouldn't be adapted. I've never played Kingdom Hearts. I don't know why. I'd love to hear you expound on that, my friend. Sturdy's here, doing great, and you're killing it. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jason. You guys are awesome. I'm excited for the weekend, man. I really am. I am so into this Super Bowl this year. My kid is an Eagles fan. I'm not, of course. I'm a Giants fan, and sadly, we went home. But he's a big Eagles fan, and this is second Eagles Super Bowl where he's been alive, and he's excited for it, especially because he really likes Mahomes and the Chiefs too. But it's his team, and I think now he's at an age, he's at 10, where I think that's like you really get into it. Like you really you're like invested, and you want to, and he reads all the magazines. He's always looking online for information. He can tell you the stats and such. He's so into it. He knows all the players, and he's going on and on all week about the Eagles. And now, even though I'm a Giants fan and the Eagles are one of our mortal enemies, it's fun to watch, and I'm really into the Super Bowl. I think I kind of want to go all out for it and really do it up. What are you guys doing for Super Bowl? Let's sound off. I want to hear it. Paul Don says Casey was busy shooting for Batman last night. That's why he is late. Yeah, right. I would love an animated Kingdom Hearts. Mega Man shouldn't be a live act. Why shouldn't Mega Man? I actually was thinking about this the other day before I even came up with the question. Why not Mega Man? It seems like nobody touches him. That couldn't be an interesting story. You couldn't write that into some fun. I mean, we got Sonic running around, and listen, the Sonic movies are great. I love them. I thought they were so much fun. Could we not do something with Mega Man? Is that a property that can't be touched? I would love to hear it. I'm not even watching it, and I'm salty still. Fair. The story is way too complicated to get proper adaptation that will either not make people mad or be accessible to anyone that doesn't know about it. Do you think it couldn't work as a TV show? You don't think? I mean, especially if Disney was backing it, like with all the characters that they can use. I don't know. I see what you're saying about adapting it, complicated, but I don't know. I don't know what complicated in the video game realm looks like. I'm still on the fence about a Zelda movie or a show. I don't know how that would go. Maybe that's the complicated you mean. Maybe that's how complicated it gets. And I understand, Radar, and that's why I've always kind of felt that about when it comes to these video game properties that are just too involved, too much. Like again, another one that comes to mind that I've never actually played, but Skyrim seems like how do you do that in a movie? And like it seemed like War of the Worlds didn't really work. From everything I've heard, I've actually never seen it. But yeah, let's talk about it. I'd love to hear it. Would you let him do fantasy football? Would I let who do fantasy football? Oh, my son? Yeah, we've teamed up together and done teams together. I used to run a fantasy football league, and it kind of fell apart. I am actually thinking about, since we're doing the Patreon and stuff now, if enough members want to do a Patreon fantasy football, Scene Snobs fantasy football league, maybe we'll look at it next year. So, but enough people have to sound off. So let me know, Sturd, you're in. I wouldn't mind a Mega Man show. I just feel like he's an interesting character, and you can do something with him. But I would love to hear why Jason thinks it shouldn't be done, because maybe I'm missing something. Paul says we are hosting a Super Bowl party. Should be fun. Hopefully the rain here on Sunday doesn't spoil it. I got your invite, man. I appreciate that invite. I wish I could. It sounds like a lot of fun. I haven't been to a Super Bowl party in a long time, but man, I can't. Sundays are tough. They're a tough day. By the way, there will be no Geeked Out this week because of Super Bowl. I'm going to spend time with my family, so we're not going to be doing Geeked Out. It's Disney and Final Fantasy characters. Yeah, no, I knew that, but you can. I mean, it is Disney. I think who owns the property, though, right? Like they can do it, and they make Final Fantasy movies. Why not do it with Kingdom Hearts? It'd be interesting. It couldn't be live action. You can't have Donald Duck rolling around looking like Howard the Duck. Too many cooks in that pot. All right, I get that. That I get that complication, because when you have on the filmmaking side, when it's really complicated, a lot of people don't take that into account when it comes to making these properties. Especially when there's too many production companies involved, too many studios. Yeah, it can get real complicated and it can really mess things up. Too many people, too many cooks in that pot. I agree. I like that. The Zelda show could work maybe better as animated. I don't know. Because you guys, at what point, what kind of animation? And it not meaning style. Well, a little bit meaning style, but like depicting certain style with it. Ooh, I got an idea. It would be, you know how they're doing Star Wars Visions and they're doing an anime, and now the second season they're kind of getting into different animation styles. That could be kind of cool for a Zelda television show. Like each episode is sort of a different style of animation. That could be cool. All right, let's see. Radar says, "Oh, I got it. Adjust the character, MS from cartoon, and make a live action Captain N series." I didn't watch Captain N, but I mean, listen. Oh, characters from the cartoon, but I'm sure it will work. Jason Taylor, I'm sure that with the right creatives, Megamind could be good. It's one of my favorite game series. I just see it going the Mario route. If not, well, are you hopeful for the new Super Mario Brothers movie that's coming out? I'm excited. I want to check it out. I want to see where it goes. But I would love to hear what you guys think. They have released. Well, they are releasing the trailer for Fast X today, and the first reviews for Star Trek Picard have been coming. So there's a lot of stuff happening right now. It's been very exciting. I'm really enjoying it. The Fast X has confirmed that Jason Statham's coming back. Who's the other one? Oh, and John Cena's coming back. Brie Larson and Jason Momoa, of course, joined the. That's been announced, but have joined the series as well. The Rock, man. The Rock really screwed himself. Let's be real here. He's screwed. Like he's screwing himself all over. Honestly, it's. How do you think The Rock is faring in this? I'm sure he'll be fine. He's going to make his movie. He's going to do his thing. But with everything happening and as much heat as he's generated on these different big franchises, what other franchise can there be? Do you think the MCU would take him on? I don't think so. Like he just seems like somebody who has to have control too much, and it's sort of becoming an issue. My hair is getting wild. It's getting long. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not cutting my beard or my hair until my birthday next month. I want to go. I've never had it done where like I got a full on beard treatment, shave, like, trim and such. Had my hair done and like I'm gonna get a massage. Like I'm turning 41. I'm finally in the 40s. 40 wasn't that bad. And actually when I turned 30, it wasn't that bad. But when I turned 31, it hit. And when 41, I think is starting to hit a little bit harder too. I'm in it. 40s, I'm in now. And it's interesting, to say the least. So I'm gonna pamper myself on my birthday next month. And also I think I'm gonna get a new tattoo. Just in time for CFF. I enjoy a Quake game. I've never played it. It could be also. Here's the thing with me in video games. I have nothing against gamers. I have nothing against games. In fact, I like playing video games. But if I played video games, my obsessive compulsive disorder towards them, which is it's there every time I do play a video game, I get so intensely into it until I can just literally like I have to be told put it down. And like I'll stay up all night just playing video games, days in a row. I just get so into it and I want to play. And I have this thing where like I have to finish what I start. I just like to see it through. So video games is not a great. And there's been quite a few movies too that have made that work. So I haven't played the Quake game, Paul. So I don't know the story behind it, but I take your word for it, man. I think new Mario looks fun. Yeah, it does look fun. I think it's gonna be a good time. I think a lot of people were bashing on Chris Pratt for the voice, but I'm sure it's gonna be there. Just give it time. It's a game player from the real world that gets sucked into the game world and has Simon, Mega Man, Pit, Mother Brain, King Hippo, and other characters are constantly in and out. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, you're getting properties from all over. They're just showing up from other games and stuff like. Okay, so it's a very, I don't want to say cameo heavy, but maybe guest star heavy type of game. I see you're saying. Isn't the Brian character back in Fast X? I did not hear that. I don't know. I don't know if he's back. I guess we'll find out when the trailer shows up. And if the trailer shows up while we're on, I will make sure to play it so we can all watch it here. So Picard reviews are coming out. Now, I love Star Trek. Of course, Star Trek show's coming up, and it's getting interesting. I've already started prepping for it by watching the first season of Enterprise, which will be next month's 2 shows, because we are going by season a month, 2 episodes a month. So definitely that's our Patreon exclusive show, Warp Factor Fiction. You can check that out there. So, excuse me. Oh my god, I've been up since like 4:30. No, that's the Captain Entry. Oh, I got you. Okay, so they do it. All right, that's a lot. Okay, so what was I saying? No. So when it comes down to it, I am. When it comes down to Fast X and then kind of like where that's going, where they're trying to bring it to. Oh no, I'm sorry, I was on Picard. I wasn't talking about Fast X. Picard. So like I love Star Trek, and Picard's coming out. First 2 seasons of Picard were sort of a letdown for me. I didn't love them. I like that they came back. I didn't mind the stories up until a point, and then I feel like it seemed to like clean itself up really fast. But this 3rd season and what they're saying is like the best next gen movie we never got, and that you don't even have to watch first 2 seasons to enjoy this. But it's going to be pretty epic from everything I'm understanding. And I'm so excited to see it. I cannot wait. I want to see everybody back in action. I want to see where it goes. I want to see a new Enterprise, the Enterprise F, to which I will be buying the Eagle Moss once it comes out. Because I have all of the Enterprises in Eagle Moss. I get the little ones, I don't get the big ones. I want to put them in a shadow box. Metroid show live or animated? Again, another one I don't know well. God, I'm so sorry. I woke up way too early to prep, and I've just been up ever since. So, kind of playing catch up. Also, I'm not used to talking as much. All right, where do we go? Let's see what's in the news, shall we? Also, I want to pull up. Oh, one thing I did want to talk about, we did a full review on it. Both what we're doing now with our review shows. Of course, we do them live, so you have a chance to jump in and talk about it as well. We love that. We love having people being part of it and share as we're reviewing the movie what they feel, even if they haven't seen it yet, like kind of what they're thinking. We did Knock at the Cabin last week. We went and saw it. You guys voted. We went and saw the movie. And I really enjoyed it. It's something different. M. Night Shyamalan, I thought, did a really good job. It was fun, but scary and thrillerish, like fun in that enjoying this type of thriller vibe. I really like that, but I'm not going to go into my full review. You can go check that out. And what we're doing there is we're going to start with non-spoiler reviews, and then about halfway through, kind of switch it and start talking spoilers. But you get our full review and rating, and then we'll tell you, like, okay, we're going to switch to some spoilers now. We're going to start doing it that way. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. And if you want to leave, you can. And if you don't, you can stay with it. If I was Mick, I'd have me hop on. I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate it. And I know everybody's got, it's a busy day. It's Friday. So we'll see what happens. You got me for the morning. I'm with you. Let's keep it going. Let's roll it in. But yeah, let me take a drink of water. That's what I need in my life. I need water. I get some more oxygen in the tank. That makes sense to you. Because I did Betting Bros last night. They had their Super Bowl special. That was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. If you guys aren't following Tim and Dan, Math vs. Smash, Betting Bros is a lot of fun. Go check them out. They're on our YouTube channel. And then tonight at 7, you have Master Shake's moderately entertaining mixology minutes, where he makes new drinks and talks beer, and he'll talk about a lot of things. And he does something special because we're such big Joe Bob fans. And Joe Bob has a special on tonight, is Vegas Valentine's special. He'll do a special episode of that and kind of fasten it around horror and stuff like that. So you guys should get into it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And all right, where are we going from here? There's a ton of stuff happening. If you guys got any topics or anything you want to throw out, please let me know. It's tough because, again, so listen. If I'm to start, you got to watch Joe Bob, man. He's right up your alley, dude. He's right up your alley. There's movies too, and like a lot of information to be had. And have you ever seen him? Let me know, because I would love to know. Yeah. So, but seriously, to be honest, though, and again, this is not a knock against anyone, Casey or anybody. Like, a lot of times when I plan throughout the week for the show, it's for 2 people. So like a lot of my topics are more for a back and forth. So like talking about it by myself gets kind of tough. And I know not everybody can always comment. So we'll see what happens as we go along the day. But so since it was kind of brand new and fresh in the morning, I had to kind of scramble and find some new stuff. Never saw him, but definitely want to check him out. Well, he's got his show on Shudder if you have that. I don't know where you can find. Oh, excuse me. I don't know where you can find old Monster Vision episodes. Those were fun too. But yeah, you can definitely check out, and you'll see a lot of movies on there too that are worth checking out. And that you should probably review, Sturdy. That'd be awesome. Be a lot of fun to hear your reviews on those. All right. Let me see what we got trending in the Twitter sphere. No, Grace Randolph. She always seems like somebody's after her. She's reporting the Batman thing too. She didn't screw up. She used the right picture though. Not me. And that's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to pass this off like I'm a source. I'm not a source. I got it from a source, a very substantiated source who knows this stuff about movies. So that's why I go. It's, if anything, those sources are an asset to the Scene Snobs. So when I see other people like announcing it, like hey, it's this. It's like, hey, I just take the information and I push it along. That's how it goes. When I write my reviews, there you go. But that's or to write, articles and reviews, that's a different story. But when I post things like that, I'm not the source. Not always. Sometimes, I'm still not the source because that information is always passed on, whether it be by PR people or stuff like that. So, but there are some people who just try and own it like they're the one talking to, or they've seen it, or they've done this. And it's like, come on, you're causing trouble now. Don't do that. National Treasure season 2. It's a possibility, maybe. I don't know. Has anybody watched National Treasure? Let's see what we got going on here. Sometimes you just got to pivot, people. Scream 6. I'm equally excited and not excited about it. Not that I'm not excited. I don't think I should say I'm not excited. I'm more, maybe not guarded, but more. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. But you take this series in New York City. It seems like they're trying to make new ties, and it just, I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go, and worries me a little bit because 5 was fine, but at the same time, first of all, I think way too many people survived. That's the biggest problem with 5 for me. And I don't know. I don't know. I just really am not. When I do want, I do love Shudder. Yeah, he's on there. Last Drive-In, go check him out. Not right now though. When I do, I want you on some of those episodes. Sounds good. It was one of the best days when I met him. He was such a nice guy. New episode of The Last of Us tonight at 9 p.m. That's right. We'll be watching it, and then next week we'll be doing a recap of episodes 3, 4, and 5. We waited because we knew 5 was coming out early. It's getting a rave review from Kevin Williamson. Okay, I've seen some of the stuff Kevin Williamson wrote. He directed Teaching Mrs. Tingle. I don't want to hear it about Kevin Williamson. I'm never excited about Scream, but I am going to watch it. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely watch it. And I do love the Scream movies, but they definitely drop off for me. It's the Roger Corman effect. If you guys have ever seen Roger Corman talk about it, he always talked about how he always made money on his movies. And basically the way he would do it was, okay, let's use the Carnosaur movies or whatever. He makes Carnosaur 1. It makes this much money. They make Carnosaur 2. It makes, if this Carnosaur 1, it makes this much money. And then they make Carnosaur 3, and it's like maybe just a little bit more. And they go until they realize it's below how much should go into it. And then they stop the franchise there. I'm hoping Scream isn't one of those ones that are going to get bled out. And now Scream 5 did really well. So 6 should happen. I just don't know where you go from it when it comes to terms of story, because, you know, everything's getting tied in. People are speculating this. Who's going to be in it? Where's that? Like, leave the dead as dead. The ones who are dead in Scream, I say, should just remain dead. Stop trying to hint that, oh, it could be back, could be this. I didn't love the Billy Loomis connection in 5. I was like, this is a little weak. I didn't love this, but whatever. They did it. What are you going to do? You know, it'd be cool if it turned into Sydney. The whole ploy of her not being in the movie was a big deal, and Sydney just snapped. Be even weirder considering she was pushing a baby carriage in 5. But whatever. It's what it is. We'll see what happens. I just don't see how you keep connecting it or where you take it. You didn't leave anything open from the past, so how do you go on from there? The exception of what's her name, Hayden Panettiere coming back, but whatever, we'll see. All right, let's see, where else do we go? Man, this Batman news is soaring out there, and I still haven't seen it said who it's going to be. Nipples. Oh, sorry. That's it. I swear to God. I swear, I don't want to curse, but I swear to God. I swear to effing God. If Damien is played by like a 32-year-old actor, I'm going to be livid. I'm going to be livid. That should be even just as much of a hint as anything else. Oh, please don't do that. Oh no, I can see it working now. Oh, it's working in my head, the story. If they're oh my god. I'm not happy about this. Are the Batnips coming back? Better not be. Jay Still says Damian Wayne is going to be played by Jeff Cole. I swear to God. But if you want to have a Dick Grayson in there, makes sense. It makes sense. And it's already established, and I hate it, and I hate what's happening here. And oh, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Not okay with this. I'm sorry. Okay. Rising. Man, I still can't believe how much Tom Brady's making for his TV deal. So he got like $350 million or something like that. He's making more off this TV deal in 10 years than he made through his entire career. It's insane. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this Batman news. I mean, again, nothing's been confirmed yet. Reliable source put it out. I put it out on the Patreon. If you guys are members, you can go check it out. We are going to launch early on our Patreon tiers because nothing really changes for our patrons. You know, if you want to move up, you can. You know, and we've sent you out the email so you guys know how that works. Our OG patrons getting some sort of special privileges, especially before March 1st. So, but we are going to put the tiers up soon. So keep an eye out for those guys. We'd love for you to check them out. And also keep in mind that this episode is brought to you by our affiliate, whom we love very much. Pull them up here so we can show them to you. And that is Entertainment Earth. If you guys aren't checking out Entertainment Earth, but you're collectors, go over there. They have some of the best stuff, exclusives and Funko and way more. You can get some of the best collectibles out there. I collect a lot of especially my exclusive hard to get pops come from here. Because I ordered the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man pop where he's got the mask in his mouth from No Way Home from here and a few others. They got cool stuff though, man. You got prop replicas. I dig that. I like that Boba Fett helmet. My giant fat head wouldn't fit in it, but I could put it on the wall. Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Ooh. I'm really digging a lot of this stuff. I have that. That's great. That Marvel Legends Stormbreaker is great. Oh, I want that Darth Vader helmet. Guys, this whole episode might just become me looking at stuff now. Luke Skywalker. It's his lightsaber. I want it. Oh, the Neuralizer from Men in Black. Oh, that's rad. I love that Casey Jones prop mask. I want one. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in this stuff, go check out our affiliate link down below in the descriptions. Freddy Krueger glove. I want it. Sorry, I love this stuff, and I'm all about it. So they have some cool stuff here. I realize I'm doing a show and I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I want a life-size ET. I promise I'm getting out of here. I'll leave you guys. I won't make you guys endure that anymore. I gotta check that out. I saw some horror. Oh, they do have horror stuff. They got a bunch of stuff there, man. I love Entertainment Earth. Make sure you click on our link down below, or I'll send it to you if you need it. But yeah, I love my collecting, and that is a great site for it. Like for my geek stuff. All right, let's see. Let's see when the it's probably not going to come out till 9, but maybe even 12, depending on the West Coast. But the Fast X trailer is coming out. Again, I'm just cool. You know, like, all right, it's coming out. Great. I've never been particularly excited. I don't hate them. I like the movies, by the way. Do not get me wrong. I like the Fast movies, but they are going on a really long way. Oh, have we seen the trailer for Ben Affleck's new movie yet? I'm gonna have to pull this one up. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon made a movie about Nike in the 80s and trying to court what's his name? Michael Jordan. And I'm going to share that with you right now. Let's get that out of there. Stop that. Let's watch the trailer and let's talk about it, shall we? It's called Air. So, movie about Nike, and it's called Air. So I think we all know what happens here. Here we go.
1984 has been a tough year. Our sales are down. Our growth is down.
Sonny, I brought you in here to grow the basketball business.
So let me make sure you guys can hear it. Sound off. Let me know if you guys can hear it. All right. So how is it? Is it coming through when I play the thing? All right, screw it. I'm just going to play it. Let's do it.
People don't know what the hell a Nike is.
What's a Converse?
NBA All-Star shoe.
There's nothing cool about Nike.
You would have to have a pretty compelling pitch.
I can tell them the one thing the other companies can't compete with. Our basketball division is terrible.
I do not love it. This is where you come up with a brilliant idea that no one else can see. Let's hear it.
I got it. I found them.
Who's that? Jesus? Can't afford it.
I'm willing to bet my career on one guy. My name's Sonny Vaccaro. I'm with Nike.
Do you typically make it a habit of showing up at people's front doors unannounced?
I don't like to take no for an answer. Oh man, here we go. You ask me what I do here. This is what I do. I find you players, and I feel it this time. Okay, it's risky. When you were selling sneakers out of the back of your Plymouth, that was risky. Don't change that now.
For a rookie?
Yes.
Who's never set foot on an NBA court.
That's the literal definition of rookie. Yeah.
What's the plan? We build a shoe line around just him.
I need the greatest basketball shoe that's ever been made.
Who's the player?
Michael Jordan.
I'm excited.
You have our attention.
Love it.
You show up at the house.
I believe in your son. I believe he's the future. And his story is going to make us want to fly. But the shoe is just a shoe.
Until my son steps into it.
Oh, remember that shoe?
You got a name for it?
Air Jordan.
I don't know.
Seriously?
Maybe it'll grow on me.
I dig it. I dig it. I watched it yesterday, but I think I needed a rewatch to really kind of convince myself. I am excited. I want to see where it goes. Ben Affleck, to me, has not made a bad movie. He's made a weak movie with Live by Night, but it wasn't a bad movie. It was good. It was just there's certain things that I thought he should have focused on more and could have probably cut down on others. But yeah, I'm there. Oh, Dale, what's up, man? This movie looks great. Yeah, I'm into it, man. I really want to see it. Nike in the 80s, baby, with Michael Jordan. Okay, cool. Thanks, bud. I heard you. Right. I'd watch this. Looks interesting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see this. And they got Chris Tucker back in a movie. I love Chris Tucker. Yeah, it's pretty rad. Sturdy says, I want to pick your brain soon, Mick, behind the scenes. Sure, man. Anytime. You know that. Whatever you need, pal. All right. So I'm looking forward to this Fast X trailer. So they released images, of course. They released a tiny teaser for the trailer, which just shows everybody that's in it. Again, Statham and John Cena are coming back, which I'm excited for, and I'm glad. Actually, I didn't mind. I liked The Rock as Hobbs. And I realized that Hobbs and Shaw probably isn't going to go on. They were setting up something pretty good there, too, especially with Ryan Reynolds involved. And Ryan Reynolds was the bad guy in that. You just weren't supposed to find that out. So I dig it, and I thought that was cool. Like he was the voice in the AI at the end. So where do we go from here? I wish they could figure it out and bring Hobbs back, because he's the only one except for Brian, played by Paul Walker, who isn't coming back. And even Vin Diesel has tried, and of course The Rock, and this is where I knew The Rock was the one that was probably in the wrong here. And that was when Vin Diesel was just trying to get him back. Like I think Vin Diesel just loves this series so much. He wants to continue it. And he knows The Rock was a big part of it, breathe new light into it. And I'll give it to him. He did. That was a breath of fresh air when he joined the cast in the fifth one. And I dug that. But it is kind of funny to see how they went from DVD thieves to world heroes, superheroes, basically, and they've been to space. It's out of hand, but it's getting interesting, to say the least. I'm excited. Do we want to see the teaser trailer for Fast X? So I can pull that up. There we go. I've even heard that they're gonna say something. I've even heard that they're probably gonna bring back the hell's the name? They brought back Han's girlfriend in it, Gal Gadot. I can't Giselle, I think her name was. So be interesting. Okay, I'll play the teaser for you, bud. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up for you. See what we got here. See what everybody's into. See what everybody wants to watch. Again, guys, I'm sorry I'm on my own today, and I was not prepped for it, so just please bear with me. I will do my best to entertain, as always. Back. Rewind. I like how the car changes. Okay. Let's go through this. Can I pause it? I want to see all the faces. It does move too fast. Okay, so we got son of a gun. All right, who do we have? All right, so of course, Tyree's back. She was in it. Is that Reacher? Oh man, Alan Richardson's in it. I like him. Plays Jack Reacher in the TV series. He was also funny as hell as Thad in Blue Mountain State. That would be interesting. He's a big dude. Brie Larson, Ludacris, Dom, of course. And then that's it. There we go. What do you guys think? You guys excited? Where are they going to go with it? Where are we going to bring it? Does this have enough fuel to keep going? Well, it's only got one more to go anyway, so they're going to continue it on. The fast movies are fun. They are, and I think that's it. They're just fun. You know, I was talking earlier about James Bond and with Aaron Taylor Johnson coming very close to being locked in as James Bond. I said because he's younger, maybe having more fun James Bond, where he's just kind of like he's not as stoic. I like when he's kind of in his fun element. It'd be fun if we can get back to that sort of sense. Like it's not all like, oh my God, the British MI6 is going to be mad if James Bond again because he did something that pissed them off, and then everything is just a downer. I would like to see, or James Bond somehow framed for everything. You know, I want to see him in trouble, but I want to see him having fun in trouble, really getting into it. And you know, a young guy like that, I think they could work. Now, on the other end of that, like when I say fun, you're probably thinking like, oh, kind of like the fast movies. Yeah, but those are sometimes a little too fun, a little too out there. You know, they don't keep them grounded at all. Yeah, that Reacher dude is huge. And I don't know. Ooh, he might be bigger than The Rock. He's huge, man. He is a big boy. As long as it's still fun. Yeah, I get it. 2 Aquamans. Oh my God, that's right. Alan Richardson did play Aquaman in Smallville. Which consequently, for anybody who doesn't know, and I'm sure you guys do because we're all geeks here. So he played Aquaman in Smallville, and at the same time, they made a pilot for an Aquaman TV series with Justin Hartley from This Is Us, who was also in Smallville, and he played Green Arrow. So, and it actually wasn't a bad pilot. Ving Rhames was in it. They did a pretty good job on it. And the Wonder Woman one wasn't as good, but with Adrian Padalecki, but they tried it, and it was more in the tone of what Smallville is. And I think they probably would have connected it, and I like that they were making it. They did an Aquaman, they did a Wonder Woman. I think it was them trying to do what Berlanti eventually did with the Green Arrow world. I will watch it if we review it on my podcast. Other than that, no Fast X for me. I hope you review it then. I want you to watch it. Have you seen the others? Is that the only one? Honestly, you just did the Harry Potter series, Stirred, on Popcorn and Pints. It might be fun if you haven't seen the other ones to review those. That'd be a lot of fun. David, what's up, buddy? Yes, coffee is needed in this very, very much needed. But I have water, getting that oxygen to the brain right now. I used to get up and try and go out when we do these morning shows when they first started and go maybe grab a Dunkin' or something like that. But I did not do that today. Sometimes make my own or something, but I just didn't get into it today. And now I'm live. So cheers. Talk to us though. How you doing, buddy? Sorry, guys. I know this is for our morning show, but listen, doing all right. Hanging in there. We're going till 10. Hopefully, you guys are along for the ride. Hold on one sec. I am getting messages about CFF, and that's an interesting thing. This. Okay. All right, here we go. This is my warm-up for the Murdaugh trial. Yeah, I saw that, and it's supposedly his what was it? His thing is unraveling, his alibi. I haven't been paying too much attention to it, but I've heard some crazy things come out of it. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But yeah, if there's anything you want to expound upon, I don't have it up to read into it right now, but I'd love to hear some details. Okay. Going through the news now. Seeing what's what. Oh, all you single guys out there. Chiefs heiress Gracie Hunt is single and looking for the #1 draft pick, as per the New York Post. Sorry, says I saw a few of them. I'll talk to you guys if they are down. I'll talk to the guys if they're down. We are doing Indiana Jones movies soon. Ooh, interesting. I love those movies. Those are some great movies for sure. It's good theater. I bet I got to tap out on some of these trials. I watched the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, and I think it messed me up, man. I was just like, by the end of it, I was like, this isn't making me feel poor. Like, just terrible in all fronts. Yeah, sorry. I'm just CFF getting some questions, getting some emails and stuff. So, and I realize on air is probably not the best time, but they're kind of pressing, so I had to take care of it. So, Snobby Awards, just so you guys know, today's the last day the last day, and then the list of shows goes to our judges panel. Very excited. And then we will announce nominations March 1st, March 2nd. And then March 12th is the show, 2 p.m. So it's going to be interesting for it. All right. Let's see what the mirror's got going on. Man, this earthquake is it's devastating. It's so sad how many people were lost in it. Such craziness. I had a friend over in Turkey not too long ago. Thank God she's not there anymore. But yeah, because I'm not quite sure where she was compared to. But yeah, I did hear that she had come back, so it's good. Yeah, there's just so much stuff happening at the same time. What is happening? Okay, give me 2 seconds. Trying to pull some stuff together. Where are you? Come on, come back. There we go. That's what I needed. Get that out. Yeah, I don't know, guys. There's lots of stuff coming up. I can't wait for that. Which one? Which part do you mean? All right, it's 8:02. Let's talk about the movies that are coming out this weekend, shall we? All right. So we have Lourdes. It's in one day in theaters. Lourdes is a small village where the Virgin Mary appeared to a young girl about 150 years ago, and where a few miracles have been recognized by the church, but not recognized and recounted by thousands. Biggest of them is the heart, with which pilgrims come and go. Something to heal mentally, physically, spiritually. Still today, Lourdes is more alive than ever, and Our Lady remains active and attentive. Each of her children, about 6 million people, visit each year. Okay, so it's a movie about that. Harley Quinn, a very problematic Valentine's Day special. It's pretty funny. As Harley goes to obsessive lengths to ensure that her first Valentine's Day with Ivy is the best ever, Bane's efforts to impress an unexpected date go horribly awry. Meanwhile, after an unfortunate online dating encounter, Clayface engages in some self-love. Oh boy. Oh boy. Magic Mike's Last Dance. The stripperverse will never be the same. That is the premise for Magic Mike's Last Dance. The stripperverse will never be the same. How will we know it's the last dance? We're never going to see it again. Okay, the Outwaters. Memory cards unearthed in a remote stretch of the Mojave Desert tell the story of 4 travelers who vanished during a sun-drenched camping trip. One night, everything changes when the foursome is sent on a mind-bending voyage of unrelenting terror into a world of darkness that no human was ever meant to see. It's a limited release. Okay. Among the Beasts. When a gangster's daughter reluctantly teams with a former Marine to find her kidnapped cousin, the combat veteran must overcome his own demons in order to rescue the child. At Midnight, a charming romantic comedy. At Midnight centers around Alejandro, an ambitious hotel manager, and Sophie, a movie star navigating the politics of Hollywood. He's focused on opening his own bouquet hotel. She's trying to focus on shooting her new superhero film, Super Society 3, in hopes of getting her own spinoff. What the hell is happening here? Consecration, which is a limited series. After the suspicious death of her brother, a priest, Grace goes from a Mount Savior convent in Scotland to find out what really happened. Once there, she uncovers murder, sacrilege, and disturbing truth about her own past. Daughter, a young woman, is kidnapped and inducted into a bizarre family as their new surrogate daughter. As she navigates through this twisted dynamic, awful secrets about the past are revealed, leading to even darker implications about the future. Disquiet. Oh, sorry, I started reading ahead. After a near fatal car accident, Sam wakes to discover he is trapped in an abandoned hospital by mysterious and sinister forces that have no intention of letting him leave. I guess they're doing Irreversible as a straight cut. That's a 2002 film that is told backwards, and it's a really well done film. It's an intense story. Cinematography is off the chains, brilliant. It's wonderful in that sense, but there's some hard, like, it's something I'll never watch again. That's how it's hard to watch. But it's not the act of what's going on is, of course, is disgusting, but it's done. It's told in such a way that's really pulls something out of you, and it's so much. Like, I don't know that I could do it. Watch it again. But yeah, I will say, like, I did enjoy it when I first watched it. Somebody I used to know follows workaholic Allie, played by Alison Brie, who on a trip to her hometown spends a night reminiscing with her ex-boyfriend Sean, which makes her start to question everything about the choices she's made and the person she's become. And things only get more confusing when she meets Cassidy, a younger woman who reminds her of the person she used to be. That's directed by Dave Franco, Brie's husband. So it's interesting. And we'll probably do a review of that. We'll probably do a review of this one. Your Place or Mine. Debbie, played by Reese Witherspoon, and Peter Ashton Kutcher are best friends and total opposites. She craves routine with her son in LA. He thrives on change in New York. When they swap houses and lives for a week, they discover what they think they want might not be what they really need. That's interesting. Let's see what everybody's saying right now. Let's talk about it. Anybody see Cocaine Bear? I have not. I haven't seen it yet. I think it comes out in 2 weeks. Got my ticket for it. I know that. I just don't remember the day exactly it comes out. Going to see that with the wife this weekend, and the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Wednesday. Has that out? Has the Winnie the Pooh movie come out yet? Because I will definitely watch that for sure. All right, let me check the Fast X and see what's what. See if they put out the trailer yet. So I am excited to see this. I want to see where they take it. See what happens. I do not see a trailer anywhere. No. We'll keep it going until we find out. All right. Let's see where we go from there. Let's finish up the movies. Just see what else is coming out. Maybe I do. Michelle, played by Emma Roberts, and Alan, played by Luke Bracey, have reached their point in their relationship where they are considering next steps. They decide to invite their parents to finally meet and to offer some understanding of why marriage works. Turns out the parents already know one another quite well, which leads to some differing opinions about the value of marriage. Interesting. Looks like that's Richard Gere, William H. Macy, Susan Sarandon, Diane Keaton. That's pretty solid thing. New horror movie that's coming out. Swallowed. After a drug run goes bad, two friends must survive a nightmarish ordeal of drugs, bugs, and horrific intimacy in this backwoods body horror thriller. Oof. And what about love? Two young people, somewhat wary of love, spend a summer together in Europe, making a film about people's attitudes towards love. Tanner and Christian realize that they are actually filming their own love story, but they have no idea that their film will ultimately save Christian's life after tragedy strikes them both. And that's your movies coming out this week. Hopefully you guys are ready to go. It's coming out Wednesday. Yeah, no, I figure it's coming out soon. Swallowed is coming out this weekend. That's what it says. I don't know. I didn't check that and verify it, but it does say it's coming out this weekend. They're pretty spot on, so it's interesting. All right. Keep in mind, guys, next Friday we'll still be doing a show. Well, we'll see what happens. No, we'll be doing shows, but we do have a Carolina Fear Fest special coming up next week. I think it's next Thursday. I just have to double check that, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about the con. We're going to talk some horror. We're going to have some guests. It's going to be a really good time. So make sure that you guys are jumping in and are part of it. Okay, let's see where we go from here, shall we? God, I'm so tired of Prince Harry. Just all over the place. He and his wife driving us nuts. Let's see what else we got. Jim Brown not worthy of Roger Goodell's fawning praise. What? Better not be true. God, Goodell sucks, man. Vin Diesel drops Fast X trailer on LA before World Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm surprised that it's coming out today. Really, yeah, that's a big deal. Like, I mean, that I just don't think the Super Bowl is the big thing anymore, if that makes sense. For like the trailers and stuff. We're gonna get some big ones, don't get me wrong. The Flash, I think, is coming. And there's a few other trailers, and I think it's gonna be more TV spots that we see. But yeah, overall, like the movie trailers, like they just put them out on their own. Like it's so easy now. You don't have to do it at the thing. Let me get to where I need to go real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to do everything. It's hard to produce when you're by yourself, but produce and host, I should say. But we're getting there. Where are you? Give me one sec. Okay, I can't find it. Right. Horror intimacy. I'm not a huge fan of the body horror movies. It's just never really appealed to me that much. There's some that are really good. Cronenberg's probably best at it because he makes them so weird. But yeah, it's a tough one. It's crazy. Who's doing the halftime show? Rihanna. Rihanna will be doing the halftime show, and she does have Jay-Z coming out for a song, so it's probably going to be Umbrella. So we'll see what happens. We talked about that on the Super Bowl special last night. I had a good time with it. There we go. Okay. All right. So, checking the news as we go, kind of seeing where everything is at. Yes, courtroom chaos, they're saying. So, Alex Murdaugh alibi. So, I don't really have a background for him. Alex Murdaugh's dead son, Paul, caused him no end of trouble when he was alive and may help convict him of double murder from beyond the grave. As the sensational Murdaugh trial wraps up its third week at the Colleton County Courthouse in Walterboro, South Carolina, 54-year-old lawyer accused of murdering his wife and troubled son in June 2021 has appeared much less sure of himself than he did when he was all smug smiles as the trial began. Murdaugh, who has since been disbarred, has sobbed openly at times. Part of his courtroom consternation could stem from a crucial bit of evidence, a video extracted from Paul's cell phone that may upend a key tenet in Murdaugh's alibi. Murdaugh initially told police officers who arrived at the scene of the double homicide, the family's 1,700-acre rural estate, Moselle, that he had not been at the dog kennels where the bodies of his wife, 52, and Paul, 22, were found. He said only discovered their bodies after visiting his elderly mother in a nearby town. He said he only discovered their bodies. How would he discover? Paul, who had been awaiting trial on charge of boating under the influence after a crash that led to the death of a 19-year-old. Jeez, this guy is a nightmare, dude. What the hell is happening here? Like it's falling apart. Nuts. All right. This trial does seem like it's going crazy. David was talking about it earlier. Prosecutors played a video clip taken by Paul minutes before he and Maggie were killed near the family's dog kennel that revealed three voices, which a longtime friend of the Murdaghs testified were Paul, Maggie, and Alex. The revelation has been among the most stunning in a trial replete with grisly details of the gangland-style murders, as well as the spectacle of a longtime Murdaugh associates and friend. This is nuts. This dude is nuts. Let's see what happens. It's riveting. I'm gonna have to read more in depth of it because there's so much that seems to be all over the place in this trial. Be right back. Got a quick meeting. All right, sorry. Take care, buddy. It's a modern day Greek tragedy. It sounds like it. Sounds crazy, off the rails, man. Right. My wife has asked me if she can get me coffee. Use one, honestly. So, but guys, again, I'm sorry that it kind of turned out the way it did today. I don't know where Casey is, so I'm on my own. Sort of changed up some plans of the things that I needed to bring up, but we're going through. We're gonna make it happen. We're having fun, so hopefully you guys are having fun. If not, sound off. Let me know. I'm still waiting on the Fast X trailer. Want to kind of check it out. But if that is the case, let me go and find where is it? So, if you guys have any topics, throw them out my way. I need to. Yep, there we go. I'm live. Thought it was not working for a second there. Okay, so let's talk about a few of the things. So Disney had a lot of drama this week, and I did want to talk about this. And this was kind of a back and forth, but I'll do it with you guys if you guys are up for it. So Disney announced that in the last 3 quarters of last year, they did not do well. Now, Bob Iger, of course, has come back to take over for Bob Chapek, and he is in charge at the moment, and things seem to be more of on an upswing. But after last year and the thing that they've lost, I think it was 2.4 million subscribers on Disney Plus the last 3 months of last year. Their parks were doing poorly, in that quarter, a few other things. So they're trying to cut 7,000 jobs to make up for the $5.5 billion that that is happening, and they're restructuring in such a way that they're trying to make it more about, like, they're going to have 3 specific visions for what they want to focus on. And that's going to be the movie, TV streaming. They're going to try and build the sports, especially around ESPN, and then parks and theme parks and rides and stuff like that. So, and more events and I think things like that. But which has always sort of been its focus, but it has spanned out quite a bit, and I see where they might have been spreading themselves a little too thin. So it'll be interesting to see how they do this. And it's sad to see 7,000 people lose their job over this. And it's important. A lot of people were blaming Bob Iger, and it's like, it's sort of the consequence of poor management. And you could, but Bob Chapek was in charge at the time. So it's just sort of the remedy that they came up with for now. And, we'll see how it goes. And I'm not acting nonchalant about that. That it's very sad news. I hate to see that has to happen for them in their thing, but like they spend way too much money, and that's how this works. So we get so Disney's drama is kind of going a little crazy right now. They have announced a slate of a ton of new things. Probably the biggest right now amongst them are Toy Story 5. Yeah, it is the 5th one. Oh god, the show stopped after 3. Toy Story 5, Frozen 3, Inside Out 2. What was the other one? I reported on it. I can't remember what it was though. Inside Out 2, and I can't, I'm trying to blank. So Frozen and whatnot. I'll look it up and see what we got. Losing my mind today. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Okay, so it's Zootopia 2. Zootopia was good. I wouldn't mind seeing the Zootopia world open up a little bit more. I know they did a TV series that kind of each episode follows like a different character. So it's interesting to say the least. I am, hold on, looking up some more news at the moment. Give me 2 seconds. I do not like that Knock at the Cabin has a 68% on the tomato meter and a 65% audience score. I think that movie's better than that. I mean, that's not a terrible rating, especially for it, but it's actually not a great rating for the audience. But I just think it deserved more. I thought it was a much better movie than people are saying. And I would love to know what you guys thought about it. Employees call it Mauschwitz. I've heard terrible things about Disney for sure. So, and they supposedly, employees are never thrilled about it. I never went to work for Disney. It just, I never knew. I mean, I probably would have tried with, what do you call it? Star Wars. Yeah, that was before my time when I was in filmmaking. When I lived out in LA, I left in 2011. I think the Marvel purchase didn't finish until around then. I don't remember exactly when it was. I remember when they announced it. I was actually here in Virginia visiting. And I read it on the newspaper. They had a Bob Evans we were at. So yeah, like that was huge news. But going on to, and thinking about it from a different point of view with, from my side, like Disney to me is like the Mecca, like, in terms of like what they put out. And even back then, like they're huge. Like we used to talk about it quite a bit. Like, you don't go see a Universal movie. You don't go see a Warner Brothers movie. You don't go see, that's not what you say, but you do say, I'm going to see a Disney movie. And that tells you something. Now it's a little more open from that. I'm going to see this Marvel movie, or, I'm going to go see this DC movie. Like, so these properties are becoming more stronger and stronger, but Disney was the property for a long time. And it sort of worked, but I think it's starting to, I don't know. Bob Iger might right the ship. We'll see what happens. I'm interested. I'd like to see where it goes. So, okay. I'm looking forward to Creed 3, man. I like Jonathan Majors a lot. And he's going to be great as Kang, but I'm really looking forward to both of them in Creed 3. Especially Michael B. Jordan having directed it as well. Disney Plus Hotstar adaptation. Really? Young Jedi Adventures sets a thematically appropriate May 4th premiere date. I dig that. And you're going to watch the Young Jedi Adventures with your kids. You're going to get into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then you're going to remember what happens to them. And that is Anakin. I did acid at Disneyland. I hate all things Disney. Fair. Very fair. That's very true. I don't know which part. I came into it late. All right. Let me pull this up. Hold on 1 second. Guys, remember, if you have a podcast or you're listening to this, today is the last day for submissions for the Snobby Awards. Make sure to go check it out, and we'll take it from there. We got a lot of submissions this year, and I'm looking forward to hearing what the judges have to say about each of them. So definitely. All right. Send that to myself. Okay. See what we got going on here. Johnson teases fight with massive Christmas beast and red one. Of course he does. So everybody else is fighting each other in Fast X. Good luck on you, buddy. All right. Mando's coming out March 1st. I can't wait. I'm so excited for it. I love that series. Remember the Joe Bob specials tonight at 9. Look forward to that as well. Kick back, watch some horror movies, watch Joe Bob talk about them. It's gonna be a good time. Next up, I want to start watching Shrinking on Apple Plus. I've heard some very good things. Oh, so Vin Diesel did say that he wants Robert Downey Jr. in the next Fast and the Furious film, which should theoretically be the last one. I think they said they're ending at 11, but who knows at this point. I think if they can do them, they will keep going. He said there's a character who's the antithesis of Dom, so he does everything logically. That's all. Dom is just the most illogical human being on the planet, and he just drives a car fast. I'm sorry, but I like those movies for what they are. Yeah, I can't. Who is promoting AI and driveless cars? That's a direct odds with the Toretto mentality of running people over and stealing DVD players. The Last of Us episode is tonight. That's right, at 9. Yeah. I will be watching it. We will be doing a recap next week. I think Jeff Dwalskin is going to join us for the recap. We're going to be doing 3, 4, and 5. Like we said, we're doing episodes. I would love to. Actually, I wouldn't. I'm going to be 1,000% honest with you. I don't mind recap shows. I can't do episode by episode. There's too much that happens, and I just don't want to. So that's why, like with the Star Trek episode, we're going like the first month is season 1 of Enterprise, then the next month is season 2 of Enterprise. You get 2 episodes out of that. We talk about half the season in one episode, and then the other half in the other episode. And it will be filmed as 1, but it will be cut down to 2. And that's going to be our Patreon exclusive show, Warp Factor Fiction, a complete analysis of the chronological order of the Star Trek universe. We have a lot of stuff coming out for that, so make sure you check it out. But I got to tell you, I just can't do the let's 1 episode per. Let's talk about it. I think you just drag it out too much. That's why we're doing The Last of Us like 2 or 3 episodes at a time. Fast and Furious are garbage. Rather watch NASCAR than Fast and Furious. Nah, I mean, I don't mind NASCAR, but I got to be honest. Like, I mean, you're getting a fun action adventure romp with Fast and Furious. I mean, NASCAR. Again, like I can understand why people don't like it. I'm not saying I'm one of them, but I can understand why people don't like it. Yeah, I don't know if we get at it. Could you see Robert Downey Jr. joining the Fast and Furious franchise? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that. Sound off. Let me know what you think. All right, the China balloon, good old China balloon. Do you think they should have just left it floating? Why not, right? Just let it get all the information at once. It's not like it doesn't have it and everything else that we do. They just Fast X teaser trailers out, not the regular trailer. So we'll see when that happens. And I got a ton of stuff coming out. They both suck. Fair. Oh no, I may have to watch Fast and Furious if Downey is in it. You'd have to watch them all to get to it. Got to understand what the family has been doing this entire time. It's all about family. Arg. 10 friendly points to whoever tells me what that's from. Arg. But yeah, here we go. Quantumania starred Michael Douglas would gladly return for Ant-Man 4 under one condition. Kill him off. Let's see what they say. 78-year-old Douglas has a stellar career and should undoubtedly go out on his own terms. Okay. Adventures. Let's see what he says. Huh. Interesting. Dude, he's a trip. That's his one condition. He wants to die in for the Ant-Man movie comes back. I gotta tell you, he does look like when he answers questions about the Ant-Man series, because I mean it's the third one now. He seems enthusiastic. He seems like he's playing the game. He gets it. But he seems tired. He seems like he doesn't want to do them anymore. And I get it, but yeah, it's just you say stuff like that and it's like, come on, man. We don't need that. Like, it doesn't make me feel like you enjoyed it. Like you're happy to be there. Now listen, he's had a long career. He was a star. They got to be in it, and he's an old man now. I'm sure he doesn't want to do all the crazy action stunts. I would love to interview him and talk to him, because he was a producer for a long time. He was a good producer. He found a lot of stuff that to be made that you probably wouldn't have seen if he wasn't like looking out on the outskirts for certain things to be adapted. I would actually really like to interview him from a producer standpoint on how the Marvel universe is run and stuff like that, and from his perspective, how that kind of stands out and his flaws, his pros and cons about it, and stuff like that. So I think that would be an interesting take, just because he's been in the business for so long, and when it wasn't him, when it wasn't, before he was in it, his father was such a huge, massive star, and that's such a different outlook to have, because like he's looking at the studio system. He's coming in at the tail end of the studio system, and then he's in the big push of the 70s boom of indie filmmakers and stuff like that coming out. So it's damn interesting stuff. I really do enjoy it. I like it a lot. So I'm anxious to see. I am anxious to see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. See where it goes. I would love to hear what you guys think. Sound off. Let me know if you're going to see it. Okay. What now? Where are we at? This Batman thing is baffling people. Have they announced it yet? Because once it's officially out there, I can say, I can tell you who it is, but because if you guys, whoever's watching and maybe hasn't seen there's another Batman who's going to be in the Flash movie. He's going to show up at the end, and supposedly he is going to be the Batman in the DCU, in James Gunn's DCU going forward. Now, I showed a picture earlier, and I said it's one of these Batmen. These Batmen. And it was not one of those. So I'm not going to show that picture again. It's interesting. I can't wait to see what happens. Let me pull it up so you guys can see it. And then I'll let you choose. I think I've alluded to it a bit. I did post it on, it is officially announced. I can't say who it is properly until it is announced, but you can find out by going to our Patreon. If you know, we are putting out more exclusives over there, and we'd love for you guys to join up. Our new Patreon tiers are actually probably going to go up today. They were going to go in effect March 1st, but we saw like a very wonderful response from our patrons who said that they wanted to up into the next one, and we appreciate them for that. You know what, I can speak for me, and not to say that no one else feels this way, but to speak for me, I started this 10 years ago. I started the Scene Snobs in 2013, writing movie reviews on Facebook. It wasn't even a blog. I wrote movie reviews on Facebook. I'd watch something I'd never seen before, whether it's brand new or old, and I would review it. And before it was the Scene Snobs, it very quickly became the Scene Snobs. But before that, it was called Movies 365. My goal was to watch a new movie I hadn't seen every day for a year. I got about 88 days in, and then it just kind of came sporadic after that. And then I started focusing more on the newer stuff. I was podcasting at that time in another place. I was doing Mario Likes Movies, and then I moved over to Mystery Elephant when I moved. And then in 2019, after Mystery Elephant ended in 2018, I came up with the idea of pushing the Scene Snobs into a site. Wrote more reviews that way, and then pushed it into, turning it into a channel like this. Kind of where we're at. And that is, Paul messaged me on Facebook, so sorry about that. So when it comes to, saying thank you, show my appreciation, I could speak for myself. Like, this is day in and day out. I put my heart and soul into this. I'm doing my best. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope I'm keeping you entertained. I'm sure today is a little bit loosey-goosey on that because it's just me. I know I work very well with Casey. We have a great time doing this. And we have a lot of fun. And I know life has demanded more of him lately, so it has been more of me. And hopefully you guys are enjoying that. And hopefully I can keep you entertained. I will keep going on with the Scene Snobs. And I just want to say that. I want to say thank you for all your support. No matter what happens going forward, we're doing this. We love having you guys. Hopefully you guys stick around. But yeah, so thank you. I do appreciate you. Did you have a good meeting starting? I love when the Snob Nation goes, oh, George is here. George G3. What's up, buddy? How you doing? TJIF. Damn right. Can't wait. Watch some Joe Bob tonight. Chill out. A buddy of mine released his first film, Terror Trips, last summer. Check it out. I will check it out. And also keep in mind, if you guys have filmmakers who are friends who have movies that are maybe traveling the circuit right now, Skyline Indie Film Festival, which I am a co-director of, is open for submissions for movies for this year's festival. And you can go check out, everything is in the description below, so there's a link to everything. It's on Film Freeway. You can check out SkylineIndieFilmFest.org. It's a nonprofit. We just love doing the festival, so we are looking for submissions. So March 31st, the deadline. Go check it out. All right, let me go see where we're at now. So, okay. So I don't know why this picture won't pop up. I'm trying to show you the right damn picture of Batman that I can show you that makes absolute sense to what I was talking about earlier, but I can't. I save it and it doesn't show up. stupid. It's a stupid thing, and I don't like it. Sturdy says, Mick, I love what you do with the show, and I get where you are coming from too, but I effing love it. I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Actually, that kicks off a big announcement that I have. I was going to save it for today. I was going to save it for the end. I don't know if I'm going to go till 10 a.m. today. This kind of deflated me a little bit. A few things like I wish I did. I had enough topics that would bounce off of other people really well, if Casey were here or somebody else. But doing it by myself for the next 3 hours, it proves tough. It's a tough one. And listen, I'm going to keep the Snob Nation Morning Drive live show going no matter what it looks like, who's here, what's going on. But I'm going to recalibrate it a bit to kind of open it up to me being able to do it more on my own if need be. Not saying I want to, saying if need be, it'll be a lot easier because then I can plan for 2 separate shows, one with the co-host, one with me by myself. And then that way whatever happens at 7 a.m., I can go into that. I just need to plan it a little bit better. And it was unexpected at this point. But we're going to go from there. But I do have a big announcement for you guys. So as you guys know, the snobs have always been growing. And we've always been adding and trying to do more. We did that most recently. Oh, excuse me. Most recently with adding the Betting Bros, Dan and Tim's show, Math vs. Smash, where they talk about sports betting and what bets you should make in the NFL. And a variation of that will be going on outside of the NFL season. It might be a little more random, but they're here. They are snobs. They're sports snobs, if you will. Dan also has Master Shake's Moderately Entertaining Mixology Minutes. I'm getting better at saying that, so I just want to say it all the time, honestly. So we're doing that, and now we're growing by 2 more. And it's no shock to anyone that I've wanted a horror podcast for a long time. I have. I've tried on quite a few occasions to do one. There have been many variations of me trying to do a horror podcast. I've never been able to get it off the ground. Running the Scene Snobs is tough. It's a lot of work. It's 10 hours a day at least. And 9 times out of 10, it's way more than that. Wednesday I work 20 hours. And you guys know that. You know what the work world is like, and doing this is both a privilege and a dream, and I absolutely love it, and I love all of you for all of your support with it, and I will always keep saying that because it is true. It is a lot of work though. I was getting a little burnt out, but we're and not to get off topic though, we were talking about horror. I've always wanted to do it, but I've unsuccessfully been able to give it the right amount of focus. I feel like the horror genre is so special. I love movies in general. I love them. I love them all. And I try to learn as much about everything as I can. But that's the problem. I try to learn about it all. I can't focus on the one. And the horror genre, in my opinion, is so special that it needs to have a focus on it. And here at the Scene Snobs, we are not going to wane away from that. We are going to full force head in, go and do horror up. So, with that being said, I do have this announcement, and I want to share it with you guys now. And that is, we have 2 new snobs joining the fold. We have the Scary Snobs, and they're going to be handling our horror division of the Scene Snobs. And that is going to be led by none other than Sir Sturdy and Jason Taylor themselves. Horror with Sir Sturdy, of course, is his podcast. You should go definitely check it out. And Popcorn and Pints is his other movie podcast. All those guys are fantastic. Go check them out and support them there. Then, of course, Jason Taylor's from 3 Geeks and Matt Talk. Wonderful shows. He does fantastic. These guys are both horror lovers. Now, Sir Sturdy has a great horror movie review show, and you should go watch that horror movie review show because he talks about great horror movies and what he thinks of them. That's not what we're doing here. I would never in a million years think to compete with a show that I love and adore and that I watch myself for my horror reviews and things like that. So we're going to change it up a little bit. There's going to be horror. It's going to be talked about. These guys are going to be ushering it in, new ideas. I fully back them, support them. The Scene Snobs are here for them. And we're going to try and bring new things within the world of horror for you. And then when you want those horror reviews, you better go check out Horror Research 30, because it absolutely it's a wonderful show, and I absolutely adore it. So congratulations. I love you guys. I'm so happy the Scary Snobs are here. Sturdy, Jason, thank you guys. You guys are part of the family. You know it, and we love having you. So everybody welcome them. We'll be talking about it more, especially in our Discord, things like that. So make sure you join up there, because that is going behind the paywall to access membership to our Discord. So if you want to join up, I'm going to leave that open till April 1st, and then that will move behind the paywall. But then after that, you got to join the Patreon to be a part of the Discord. Let's see what everybody's saying. Sturdy says, Mick, I love what you do and show where you're coming from. But you read this earlier. Sorry about that. Hey, if you need someone to kick off the kickoff 2 hours, I'm in. In what, the football kickoff? In Super Bowl? I'm not. We did a Super Bowl last night. Betting Bros did that. I'm not doing a Super Bowl show. I've thought about doing a morning show on the weekends, but that turned into the Nerd Report. Yes, it did. You guys have a great show over there. Nerds doing nerds things for sure. I love AJ, man. He's great. He's been on the show a few times. He'll be back. Love having him. Love the sports show. I can't wait for the baseball and NASCAR next week. But hockey, how about them Rangers? Damn right. I love the Rangers. I'm right there with you, pal. Hell yeah. Sturdy's the man. And I'm so excited and honored for this. We're honored to have you, brother. We appreciate you. AJ says, awesome addition. I love you, man. I love you too, buddy. Dale says, wow, what a reveal. Congrats to the Scary Snobs. Congrats to the Snob Nation. Absolutely. You guys are the Snob Nation, and we love you. Thank you, Dale. And George 3 says, no, when you need to kick off the first 2 hours of the Friday morning show. That's fair. Coming up on that third hour now. Well, that's it. I get it, man, and I'll keep you in mind for it for sure. It was just, I don't know. I still don't know where Casey is. I hope he's all right. So I can't go by that. You know what I mean? Like, so I have to start planning. And so, like, if I have to plan, so I will have 2 plans going forward for the morning show. And if that comes to fruition and you are available and we can get somebody in here, we'll do the 2-man show. But just in case, I will stick with the 1-man show. I'll have one prepped for it. So, but I appreciate the offer, and I will keep you in mind for that. Thank you. All right. Let me check this, see where we go from here. Paul sent me a message. Why? I cannot believe it. Okay. So, has anybody any guesses on who is coming back as Batman in The Flash? Love to hear what your guesses are. I know who it is. So are our patrons. Who's your favorite actor and what's their best role? That's a good one. Who is your favorite actor and what is their best role? And I'm opening it up. And I usually call actors. I don't call them actors or actresses unless I'm talking about their award shows, because that's how they split them up. That being said, like, I remember I was corrected one time by a fellow podcaster. She corrected me and she was like, they're actors. It's not, why conform them to one gender? And honestly, I agree. I mean, actor's an actor. It is what it is. And my point with that being, it used to be in the old theater world, everybody was an actor, and then in the movies it was an actor and an actress. Now I think it's just kind of opening up more, so I don't care. I just use it. Pee-wee Herman as the Flash is a movie I would 1,000% go to see. I don't care what anybody says. Tim Burton, please come back and direct that. Yeah, if you need a guest host, there you go. You're on the list. Put you on the list, buddy. Scary Snobs, can I announce that on my shows and socials yet? Yes, it's officially announced. 100%. If you want to wait, I can't do it right now. I've been working on an announcement post. I can give it to you, with your pictures and everything. And also they will also be doing Does It Suck? Their first episode of Does It Suck? Waterworld will be out tomorrow. So make sure to keep an eye out on it. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then I'm supposed to record another Does It Suck for Valentine's Day, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, you can announce it if you want to wait for me to announce it officially on social media. I can't do both at the same time. Nicolas Cage, Con Air next. I love Nick Cage. He's so zany, but I mean, man, he pulls off some different performances for sure. I mean, if you want to, Sturdy, please feel free, and then you can just share the official announcement later. But it's up to you. But no, I'm not gonna tell you can't. You absolutely can. It's officially announced now. Ooh, oh, that's 3 weeks ago. I thought it was a new one, a new Creed trailer. I would love to see that. I'm really looking for this Fast X trailer. I want to see let's see what happens. Where is it? Everybody's kind of talking right now. It's all surrounding the Batman stuff with everything that's trending at the moment. I just don't know. I don't know. Can't see it. Don't know what will happen. Yeah, I can wait for that. No rush. So if you guys have topics or you have anything you want to talk about, please let me know. Sound off. I know that's usually Geeked Out Live, but I am on my own today, and most of the topics that I picked were more conversational, not really opinion based. They could lead to opinion, but they're it's more for a back and forth. And so now I'm just kind of looking for stuff, but hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and hopefully I'm being entertaining. I know looking at the news while I'm talking probably isn't the greatest idea. Happy to tell stories if you want me to. The first couple of Fast movies were okay, but once they added Dwayne Johnson, it got crazy fun and well over the top. And see, that's why I think we're starting to thrive, because those first 4 movies, that third one is just so different from anything in the series. And I don't dislike it, but it is very different. What I think is they adopted what the second one was trying to do, that Dukes of Hazzard over the top fun style of adventure that went almost too over. Like it turned it up to 11 with that craziness in the second one. And it should have been a Dom and Brian situation. So, and I'm glad they introduced Tyrese, and he was good in it, and I enjoyed him. But they took it to a place, and that's why it's thriving so much, is because it's so out there. Is Robert Pattinson continuing as Batman? He isn't bad. Yes, he is. All of that stuff is standalone. That has nothing to do with what James Gunn and Peter Safran are trying to build right now. He will still continue on. They'll still do it. That was a huge moneymaker. The big moneymakers that Warner Brothers is putting out through DC are not getting canceled. They're going to keep going. They're going to be rewritten after you see it go. Once all that other stuff is gone, like Flash, they're trying to get to rewrite it. We are going to see a Batman come back. He was a previous Batman. He's coming back. It's not Michael Keaton. He is also in the Flash, but he is not the one that is rumored to be going on and continuing down the line. I cannot tell you who, because it has not been confirmed yet, and it's only out by a source. And so I'm just kind of keeping it quiet for now. But I will tell you, you guys, it's there. You know it. And plus, if you go back to the beginning of the episode, I sort of screwed up and let it leak. But I can't continue to let it leak. Thoughts on Bob Iger ordering Frozen 3, Toy Story 5, and Zootopia 2. I'm excited for all 3, but Toy Story needs to end. I'm tired of crying at the end of movies. Toy Story should have ended after the third one. That was the absolute perfect ending. To a movie, but like especially the Toy Story movies. It was fantastic. Came back with the fourth one. It's let's be real. The fourth one was a very arm twist. Let's do another one to make more money. But they did still tell a very beautiful story. And it was, again, had a very nice, beautiful ending at the end with a very nice message. And it was a good ending. Nowhere near as good as where you could have left it with the third one, just had the trilogy and it was done. But they did the fourth one and they still gave it a nice ending. So I don't think it should have ever been touched again. I think you pressed your luck by making a fourth one, and now they're making a fifth one, and everyone will be back for it who can be back. So Zootopia 2, I'm all for. I think that has a lot of life in it, and it can still kind of keep going. It's a beautiful story, and you can continue that on for sure. That to me is like the Sing movies, stuff like that. Like, you can continue those on. They work really well. Frozen 3, I don't know, we need it. Where do you go with it? Maybe they have kids. I just don't need that. Usually when it starts getting to sequels and you start adding kids into the mix and stuff, it gets outdated, it gets dumb. I'm not a huge fan of it. But yeah, Zootopia I'm for. Inside Out 2 could be cool. I don't think you need it, but it could be cool. Chris, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Is it me or WB needs to let the directors do what they do? I feel like they are too hands-on. They are, and it makes perfect sense why. Well, first of all, studios are always hands-on. Studios are ridiculously hands-on with properties like this because it's all about the name of the game of money. And it's sad but true. And you're right, directors should be able to do their job. And sometimes there are directors that probably shouldn't do the job, but it's few and far between. You got to trust them to kind of go out there and make it. The hands-on thing is becoming bothersome, to say the least. So we gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see what happens with James Gunn and Peter Safran. I don't want to say I have a feeling, because I feel like if I say I have a feeling, it's just a wrong way to go. I hope that they learn their lesson about what they did with Zack Snyder and the debacle that everything came about. Because I think if you left Zack Snyder alone, let him handle it, he would have put out good products. But they were too hands-on. They had him cut down Batman vs. Superman, because the Ultimate Edition's not bad. I like it. And I hated Batman vs. Superman in the theater. I hated Batman vs. Superman in the theater so much, I refused to go see Justice League in theaters, especially with all like the turmoil behind the scenes and stuff like that. I refused to go see it in theaters, and I justifiably, because it is horrendously bad. It's one of the worst movies ever made, in my opinion. And knowing now what I know, all those upskirt shots, those really awkward upskirt Wonder Woman shots that kept happening, knowing what I know now and having seen the Snyder Cut and everything else, like, Joss Whedon, man, you're a real creep, dude. Jason Taylor, remake all the Ernest movies as animated films starring Slinky the dog from Toy Story. Get John Cena to do it. Why not? I wouldn't mind seeing some Ernest films being remade into something. I think that character can kind of transcend and go on. I do miss Jim Varney. He was fantastic. He was amazing. Like, he was a staple of those times. But I think you could continue it on. Character's dopey enough, fun loving, and just a really sweet character. I can always tell when Jason walked away from the computer because he didn't hear my announcement, or else he would have said something. I love you, buddy. We did make a huge announcement, though. I'm gonna leave it to you to figure it out. All right, let's kind of go from there. I think I asked it earlier, but who's going to see Ant-Man in theaters? Sound off. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. I'm definitely going to see it for sure. Well, thank you guys for all the likes, all the follows, and everything that are coming through. Truly appreciate you. All likes, especially on YouTube, helps us go a long way. One thing we'd really appreciate, if you do like the podcast, the Scene Snobs Podcast, if you can follow, rate, and review us, Spotify, or wherever you listen, but iTunes, especially, if you can review us on iTunes, 5 stars would be great. I'm not going to tell you how to vote. Could be 1 star, it could be more. Just please leave a review too and let us know what you think, because I do read the reviews of the shows. I do want to hear what people think. I do read every negative comment as well as every positive comment, because it is very easy to get lost in the adoration of like, oh, you know, I love the show, I think you're doing great. You got to hear what other people on the outside are saying, because I have made changes to the show. Not like, oh, one bad comment, I'm changing everything. But listening to what they're saying, especially when it's constructive, and saying, hey, you know, I didn't like this about the show, and then thinking about that, maybe incorporating it, agreeing with them. You know, I definitely give it some thought, but, you know, I would love to see what you think. I'm in for Ant-Man. Yeah, me too. I'll be there next week. Jay says, me already have tickets for Ant-Man. I was going to take Kylie to see Titanic this weekend, but I've been sick for the last few days and still. Oh, man, I hope you feel better, brother. Feel better, and just get some rest, man. Just relax. Watch Titanic at home. If she's never seen it, watch it at home. Like, it's, I don't necessarily. All right, we're going to get into it. And I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Let's see what Serdi says real quick. I'll watch everything. I'll watch eventually Ant-Man, but not in theaters. Yeah, you're not you're a theater goer for sure, 100%. I see you every week. You're not really a Marvel guy for that, are you? I do like the Marvel movies in theaters because I feel like they really do it up for theaters. So, oh, excuse me. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to say it. The movie theater for me, and I'm going to take you on a little story, so please feel free to sound off. Let's have a discussion. The movie theater for me was always a sacred place. It was always a place for, like, the kind of childhood I had. I wouldn't wish on many. So it was nice to escape. And the movie theater was a great escape for that. I got lost in so many movies, fell in love with so many movies, characters, everything. And I used to love going to the movie theater. By myself was the best. I'll never forget the first movie I ever saw by myself. It was Rush. Well, that's not true. Sorry. As an older person who can go on his own. Like, I used to go to work with my mother when she worked at a mall, and she knew the theater owner. So, like, to keep me out of trouble, it was like, can he just, you know, let me know how much tickets are or whatever. And Frank, I wound up going to work for him at a movie theater when I was 18, I think. Great guy, one of the best bosses I've ever had. Always, he was like, just go see whatever you want. He was just kind of like, go see whatever you want. Here's some tickets. Here's some vouchers for, like, if you want popcorn or whatever. And he would do this for me, like, every day. Like, if I showed up like 5 days in a row, he would do this for me. And I saw so many great things and really got into it. And so, like, theater going experience for me was great. So, like, but when I got older and I started going, I always went with friends to theaters or family and stuff like that. But I went on my own, and it was like a choice of mine. I went and saw, in the now closed Amboy Cinemas in New Jersey, in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, I saw Rush Hour 2. That was the first movie I ever saw by myself, actively going, and choosing to. And that was like the most eye-opening experience of my life, because I was like, I never want to go with anyone again. I'm just having fun. I'm enjoying this. There's nothing sad about going to a movie by yourself. Now, of course, I love going to theater with my wife. I love going to theater with my kids, my friends. We have good time doing it. But there was always that, like, I got to go do the theater. Now, as I get older and kind of how things have been going, I've found more and more that I kind of enjoy being at home more and watching it, because I've set it up in such a big way that I really just enjoy watching movies. Oh, I think my wife is here with my coffee. Hold on one second. Oh, my love. I love you.
Delivery.
Thank you, my dear. And my dog. Oh, you get out. Love you. All right. Eat that when the show's over. So going to see movies in a movie theater is a great experience. And I just went to cabin and knock at the cabin, but I'm having a tough time going too much. I'm getting a little bit older. Those seats are getting a little bit harder on my back. And I've built up a nice little theater here in my home, with a great sound system and stuff. So I've been more and more inclined. And I think 2020 did that to me in a big way with the isolation and such. I do support, and I think everybody should get out and see them. And I do make sure to take my kids so they're a part of it and such. But yeah, it's Mick runs on Duncan sometimes. The dog was ready to party. Sorry, I need that wake up call. Last hour push. I can't believe I'm going to end the last hour. Thought I would have given up by now. AJ says, first movie by myself, Batman: A Dark Knight Rises. This is a good one. I did not see that by myself. I actually saw that with my friend Joe at the time. We were big Batman heads and comic book geeks, and we watched that. We went home and we started doing brackets, and we did the best comic book movie brackets, and we started with so many. And the winner, and we left The Dark Knight off. Now, mind you, this was when The Dark Knight came out, so it was everything leading up till then. This is before the MCU and everything else. So, like, we haven't redone it since then. So it'd be interesting to see kind of like where we go from there now. But we went through, we basically, our rule was like we would have the brackets, we would, randomize, they would go on. And then we would argue each other for them. If we agreed, it would move on. If we didn't agree, we would argue our points. If we could not convince each other, we'd get a third party man. We would call it man on the street, go up to somebody and ask them. And then whatever they chose, we'd move forward. And it got to maybe it was after Iron Man. And I thought it was, it was after Iron Man. It wasn't after Dark Knight. My apologies. It was after Iron Man. Or was it? Which one came out first? Now I can't remember which one came out first. Iron Man came out in 2008. I think The Dark Knight came out 2008. So it might have been the same year. Yeah, okay. So then it was that summer whenever they came out. So because Iron Man was the only MCU movie a part of it. And by the end of it, it came down to Iron Man versus 89 Batman. And we were like, all right, let's rewatch them and talk about it. He was very much for 89 Batman. I was very much for Iron Man. We sat down together. We rewatched them. And by the end, I think we flipped. But we ultimately came to the conclusion that Batman 89, it would be Dark Knight, of course, was the top. Batman 89, number one spot. And then Iron Man had the number two spot. That's what our bracket came to through all the arguing. I would, again, love to see how that goes now. Truth. Let's redo it. You want to redo it? Maybe we will. I'll talk to you more about it. Like, it's been a while since I've done one of the brackets. We did them for everything. Toby's Spider-Man 2 versus The Dark Knight, best comic book movie ever. I love Spider-Man 2. It's dated. You see, that's the thing. I think The Dark Knight is timeless. I think Spider-Man 2 is dated. And it's just strictly basing that off performance. It could be so much better. But fortunately, it just I don't think it beats out Dark Knight Rises in that. Okay. Yep. All right. Let's see where we're going from now. Well, they're coming out with like 1 million Scream 6 posters. And I'm just like at the point where like I think it's giving me an adverse effect on like the movie coming out. Like I really want to enjoy it. I really want to be ready for it, but excuse me. But I'm just, I don't know. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit for sure. All right, where do we go? Let's see where we're at. Take a little more shot on my Duncan. Yeah. Sorry, it tastes good right now. Keeps me going. Get it with a little mocha. So it tastes like a Yoo-hoo. Gotta love a Yoo-hoo. So big news though. I'm anxious to see. Okay. Let me switch over. So I think I've announced earlier that then we talked about Batman. Did we talked about Captain America 4 a little bit and some of the stuff that came out there for anybody who missed it. But there's another source that kind of released excuse me, the Joker 2 plot details. So if you like them, I can read them off to you. But I'll leave it to you guys. You sound off in the comments. You want to hear what the Joker 2 plot series is. Let me know. Doc Ock has one of my favorite villain arcs in the movie. And it's great. And he does great in it. I'm not putting down Spider-Man 2. It's just even seeing him come back as Doc Ock in No Way Home and even seeing Willem Dafoe, like that tone is completely different than it is in Spider-Man 2 or 1 or even 3, especially in 3. And I just think I'm past that. I think that's where it dates it. It's like the tone is just so different. These villains are so much more menacing in No Way Home that I don't know. It's to me, I'm enjoying where we're at now in comic book wise. And I just don't think it holds up like a Dark Knight does. No, just test a positive for COVID. Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. Well, isolate. Excuse me. Isolate. And rest, man. Just get some rest. Please take care of yourself. That's all I want to say. Last of Us episode 5 and not out tonight, not Sunday due to the stupid bowl. Yeah, no, we're gonna cover it. Be out at 9 p.m. tonight. Talked about it earlier. Oh, you did mean super. I'm gonna stick with stupid bowl. Send the Joker stuff, bud. All right, because I left it to you, I'll do the Joker stuff. The other stuff is going to be on our Patreon because I can't really release it, but just kind of give you a quick rundown. Joker meets Harley in a music session they have in Arkham. Bill T. Jones is playing the psychiatrist for the session. Arthur goes there and sees everyone singing and dancing and feels right at home. He meets Harley there and falls in love with her and her voice. And so they dance and sing together in Arkham and imagine all kinds of surreal scenarios and plan to escape the asylum together. So interesting. Okay. Probably gonna piss a lot of people off. I didn't like the Joker. I didn't like Joker. It's not a bad movie. By any means, and I just personal preference. I was like, I just don't like this, but it's the same reason I don't really like Taxi Driver. They're not my type of characters, and they're definitely not characters I want to see succeed. So, in those respective movies, but I hate to. And I don't want to trash it because it was such a well done movie and it looks beautiful. It's well directed, cool little storyline to it, but it's just not for me. I don't like it. So the Joker 2 taking it a step further, I'm not that interested. We'll see it. I do like Lady Gaga. We'll see it. But I'm kind of out of it on that. Excited for the Last of Us tonight. I'm going to do a watch party for it tonight instead of Wednesday. Very cool. DC's High School Musical, all the singing and dancing. Why take it there? You've built something. So, and listen, there's a lot of speculation that the first one wasn't real. Like it didn't actually happen. He's just been in a psychiatric hospital the whole time. And like there are people who come out with theories that, seem interesting and that you could play to that, but I just don't care. It wasn't that interesting to me. So, but I'm anxious to see what everybody else thinks for sure. And I will see it and I'll keep an open mind. But I'm just like, at that point, personally. So, all right. Where do I go from here? Sorry, I'm looking up the news as we go along. Bear with me, please. Bear with me. What am I doing? All right. So what do we got? I never sat through a movie that made me so uncomfortable in Joker. I have. There's a ton of those out. Joker didn't make me feel uncomfortable. I just was like, I just don't. Okay. Like it was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable movie, but it's meant to be. So I'm down. Yeah, I get it. But man, I gotta tell you, it's just not a. It was just. It's very awkward. I just didn't love it. I don't know. I feel bad because I know so many people love this damn movie. But yeah, it was one of those things that just did not land for me, I guess. Give me a second. All right. Where is it? Okay. Is anybody looking forward to the Dungeons and Dragons movie? I kind of am. It looks like fun. Again, I'm outside of that world. You know, we talked about this on Geeked Out and other things, and on the podcast for sure. I was never invited to the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Like I had friends who played it, but they never invited me. So I never got into that world. And so I've always looked at it from the outside, and I've always been interested. So I am interested in the movie. I did not like the original, but this one looks like it could be a lot of fun. What do you guys think? Sound off. Sound off as I drink my Dunkin'. Who does not sponsor the show. Yeah, let's see what you got here. I'm super in for D&D movie, right? It looks like fun. I like Chris Pine. I'm always down for Chris Pine. He is just a really good actor, and he's a lot of fun. And when he's doing fun movies, he's a lot of fun. All the mental health stuff made it awkward. I agree. I mean, from a mental health advocate standpoint, I thought it was well done in what they showed. I just, again, like you're taking care of the Joker. I mean, I don't know. Because I'm not supposed to feel bad for the Joker. I think when it ultimately comes down to, he is such a maniacal, horrifying human being. I'm not supposed to feel bad for him. And you're trying to make me feel bad for him. And I don't want his story. I don't want to feel sympathy for this monster. You know, it's like they made a movie about Hitler when he was a painter with John Cusack. And I think they were just trying to like really kind of appeal to that. He was an artist once. What happened? What made it go wrong? And it was very ham-fisted in the way they did it. But I watched it and I'm like, why are you trying to make me feel sympathy for Hitler? I don't want to feel hit. And the Joker is probably the Hitler of comic books with everything he's done in terms of how massive of a monster and a killer he is. And sorry to take offense to that, but I'm just talking about more from the comic book side of things. I'm not talking about it from not actually comparing him. I'm saying, like, if you were to compare the Joker to anybody in terms of how much of a monster he is, that's right up that alley. So when they turn around and like, oh, let's make you feel bad for him, I'm like, no, that can't happen. That's ridiculous. I play D&D, so yes, I'm glad you're excited. So I would love to hear D&D players what they think when they see it, and they're kind of talking about opening it up a little bit. I hope it's good. I kind of want to see that too, Mick. I never played it, and know people, and I grew up with didn't play D&D either. Yeah, I mean, I had friends who played, but like, and then no family members or anything, and I was never really in the room for it. I played Vampire once, and I was in my 30s at that point, and I got invited to do it, and then that would never happen again. So I never really got the full effect. It was the whole time, it was like 3 hours of me putting the character together. And I think we went on one run, and that was it. And I was like, I kind of want to do this again, but I never did. We need some off-screen salacious Hollywood stories. Burt Bacharach died, so there's that. Yeah, I know. Composer Burt Bacharach said, rest in peace, sir. I don't have any real salacious Hollywood stories. I can go to the Mirror, check it out. D&D looks like fun campaign, so I'm in. See what we got in the Mirror. See what salacious stories we have. I don't really look up salacious as much. Okay, 2 NHS nurses killed in horror crash with bus while visiting Grand Canyon. That's not very salacious, just sad. See a whole lot. There's not a lot of TK Maxx. What's TK Maxx? I don't know what that is. Princess Diana fans spot unusual detail in old photo with her and King Charles. Oh boy, here we go. So I can't do salacious because I read it and I'm like, this is stupid. I don't want to do this anymore. Sometimes it's just fun, but I get your point with the entertainment, David. And I do agree. But yeah, sometimes it's just like, it's a little too much for me. Nurse man in murder of New Jersey teacher and mom of 3 found in shallow grave. What is going on in New Jersey? Getting ridiculous. I think kids should be banned from weddings. Absolutely unacceptable. Who said this? Oh boy. Olivia Atwood, a British TV personality and model, is sparking outrage for sharing on a podcast that she doesn't think children belong at weddings. I listen, I don't know that they belong or they don't belong. I do know that I wouldn't bring mine to a wedding just because I want to enjoy it. And listen, I love my kids and they're great, but I want to go with my wife. I want to dance. I want to have a good time, not watch my kids. So I'll leave them to have a fun time with their grandparents or something. I don't think that's a bad thing to say. She's saying banned. I don't know that they should be banned. Like if the people who throw in a wedding want to have kids there, go for it. And the reason being is like, if it's an indoor wedding, I've been to some really nice outdoor weddings on like ranches or farms and such, and kids, yeah, have at it. Why not? Go crazy. Go pet a horse or something. Have fun. You know? But like when it's indoors, just a running around on the dance floor, you don't really, and then it's your kids, so it's like you want to try and make sure they're not bumping into anybody. My wedding, we had kids, and it was crazy. And it was good, but it was crazy. They got lightsabers and they started bashing each other. One lady started yelling at my son for having a lightsaber. I was like, are you know what? It is my stepson. And I had just become my stepson that day. I was like really pissed. I'm like, get the hell out of my wedding. Dale says, agreed. Sounds like take place within the Forgotten Realms too. So some actual D&D canon will be cool for the fans. I have no idea what that is. I've never been there. It's the New Jersey water. I probably is. Because that councilman just got shot there too. It's crazy. Hogwarts Legacy is a great game and fully immerses you into the wizarding world. My son has to play that. I don't know if it's just for PS5 or not, though. I do not have that. No kids on airlines. I get how uncomfortable it can be. To have kids on airlines. I don't fully agree with no kids on airlines. I used to fly a lot. When I worked in the movie industry, I was always flying from like Florida. I'd be flying from Florida back to New York to LA, just different places. Like I was on a plane almost every other week. And yeah, I agree with you in theory. And probably in today's world, it's not a good idea because planes just seem to be a bonkers nightmare fuel terror place. But there are some reasons that you need to fly and you need to bring your kids with you. And banning them from planes, especially in situations like that, it's a tough sell. AJ, I got that. Didn't start it yet. Anxious to hear what you think. Why is the Discord going crazy all of a sudden? I don't even know. Maybe you can't even say that because then you take away like freedom aspect of it. Like, but you buy the ticket, take the ride. That's what it's all about, right? So let's see. There we go. Opens to all next-gen consoles and PC today. Oh, okay. Cool. I mean, if they have it for 4, I have 4. So I'll go check that out. Mick, it is on PC, PS5, PC, PS5, and a new Xbox. That is called something else for the Switch, PS4, and X1 at the later date. Hogwarts. Mick, I will be streaming it when I get going. Cool. Sounds good. Make sure to check out Star Sturdy doing his streams. You should follow him. 100%. Horror Sir Sturdy, Popcorn and Pints, the Z Network. He's doing really fun stuff over there, and he puts on a great show. That's why I'm so happy to have him as one of our scary snobs. Running our horror division. So, excuse me. Coffee's coming back to haunt me. All right, where am I going now? Get rid of this. We're coming up on a half hour to go. If you guys are cool with it, I may end a little bit early. I got to tell you, I got thrown off a little bit, and I'm trying to make the best do for this episode. And I hope I entertained. I really do. If I didn't, I feel bad. And I will rethink things. But I would like full honest opinions, because honestly, I would like to keep this going and see how it all sort of works out. So do that. Guys, remember our Patreon is changing it up a little bit. We got a lot of stuff coming. We've 5 tiers that are going to be coming out very soon. Our Discord and our live shows, everyone except for this one, are going behind the Patreon. So if you want to watch us live, you got to join Patreon, except for the SnobNation Morning Drive live show. That will be on YouTube. Betting Bros, of course, Master Shake Show, the Scary Snobs, they will all still be on the YouTube channel. If they do lives, it will be up there. But the Scene Snobs, our main shows and stuff like that, like I said, the exception of the SnobNation show, because it belongs to all of you. SnobNation spans out more than just Patreon or the Discord. It's everybody who's involved. So we keep that open for you guys. Let's see what everybody says. You need to join the Scene Snobs Patreon, people. We're trying, see, with the Patreon, we're trying to build it. I don't want to just make the Patreon. Like, if people are coming in to support, I want to make sure that they have everything available to them. I want them to come on this and be like, okay, we're getting news. We're getting all these updates. We're getting, exclusive shows that are only on Patreon, like our new Star Trek show, Warp Factor Fiction. Where the showcase is coming back, the live showcase where we celebrate independent artists and of all varieties to come on and talk to us, and podcasters, things like that. We're going to be bringing on a lot of other stuff. We're going to be bringing some stuff back. It's going to be really interesting. All of the shows, all of our podcasts will still be available everywhere on YouTube and on all the podcast platforms. All of our shows will be available on YouTube as well, but you won't catch them live. So you can go and check those out. But if you want to catch them live, but also on top of that, have all of the exclusive perks, please go check out our tiers. They should be up today or tomorrow. Watch out for the stream killers. They have been joining Hogwarts Legacy streams and calling the streamer derogatory names. Yeah, see that? I would just my kid would be really into it, and I would just want him to play it, but offline. It does have modes where you can play offline. I have to assume, right? If you got to end early, I get it and do it. Solo stuff is hard. It's why I don't do it much, and I'm working on it. Like I said, I can prepare 12 hours for a solo. I just have to prepare for the solo. I didn't. I prepared for the combination of us. So, fortunately, that didn't come to fruition today. It is 9:30. We'll talk a little bit more, see how far it goes. Usually goes till 10. So, I just wanted to gauge your guys' feelings on it. Keep up amazing work. It's a great idea to prep for solo as well. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that going forward. Just kind of see where it's at. We'll have guest hosts and people come in and stuff like that. And we'll find out what happened with Casey, but I don't know at this point. God willing, everything's all right. I am all for the smoke, AJ. I can't wait. Actually, yes, I will watch Sturdy if that's happening, because Sturdy will be fun, man. That'll be a good time. Scene Snobs Patreon is worth it. Keeps you informed, exclusive. Mick and Casey are very responsive. Absolutely worth every penny. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man. I try to be as responsive as I can be in my when people message me, and I do not take it lightly. When you message me, I will get back to you. It just may be a little while. I'm usually so like in depth into what I'm doing. It just didn't really work out this time. It doesn't work out always. I don't always get back to the messages that quickly. I hate when people do this. Take a picture of someone like giving a thumbs up. Like they took a picture of Alec Baldwin giving a thumbs up while he's walking on a street. He doesn't look particularly happy. He just kind of looks like he's giving somebody a thumbs up. Like maybe he heard them, or they might have said, "Oh, Alec Baldwin" or something. He's just like, "Hey, thanks." And there's like, "Oh, he gives a thumb up in New York City as Helena Hutchins' family hits him with the Russ lawsuit." The guy can't like interact with human beings in a positive manner. Listen, I'm not defending what he did or what he said since then. I'm just saying, like, but the guy can't walk down the street and like have a positive interaction without having a picture taken and a whole narrative written about it. Calm down. Calm down. That's basically something I want to pick your brain about on the solo stuff. Yeah, man. Sounds good. You just got to prep for it. Like I did this show solo. I did the Scene Snobs podcast solo for a year. It was just me, and I would bring in guests. I do interviews and stuff like that occasionally. I'd have some guest hosts sometimes, but when Casey left he left after the second episode, and then I did it, for a full year on my own. So you get used to it real fast, but kind of going on with it and see where it goes. They like to press this button. They really do. Well, I mean, in fairness, he has hit a bunch of them and attacked a bunch of them. So I kind of get it, but too many people want to go viral, and not only for the right reasons. Yeah, it's these narratives that they're trying to build. Like, oh man, he's so happy. He doesn't even look happy. He's just like, oh yeah, what's up? Oh man, I can't believe you is back. Ugh. How you not caught that guy yet? Like, I kind of got Dexter. Dexter worked for the police department. He could kind of change things. This dude just gets away with it. He's like the Adam West Batman of serial killers. Just like jump to some sort of conclusion, kill somebody, and get out. Well, he didn't really kill anybody. I'd say Batman's side, he saved people and then get out. I feel like the analogy made sense in some far off distant place. Elizabeth Bank wants to do another Animal on Drugs movie after Cocaine Bear. Where do we go next? Where do you go after Cocaine Bear? Cocaine Woolly Mammoth? Let's do it. Let's get weird. Let's take it to the right place. So, Obi-Wan and Anakin's Mustafar duel was almost completely different. Oh, of course it was. So Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey does come out this week? I didn't check that out. Oh, Patrick Stewart was asked if he's coming back for Deadpool 3, and I guess they told him to prepare, but they didn't give him any more details, so we'll see what happens. Meth Moose, Cocaine Bears. You guys do not disappoint. Cocaine Penguins, I can get behind that. Just these birds. Now they finally figure out how to fly on cocaine. Wednesday, day after V-Day. Wednesday, day after V-Day is what? Cocaine Penguins? Oh, is when Cocaine Bear comes out. I gotcha. She had recently come out in an interview and said like she really wanted to direct Thor Ragnarok, and she called, but nobody called her back. So, like, no offense, but your biggest movie, like, because she didn't direct the first Pitch Perfect movie. She directed the second and the third one, which weren't as big as the other two. They were, they're big enough, but I think that's building off the first one. And they weren't as good as the other two. The first one, rather. The other two weren't as good as the first one. And then I think her biggest movie that she directed, and like, don't get me wrong, I like her as a director. She made some quality stuff, not bad, and I'm looking forward to Cocaine Bear. But like Charlie's Angel was like her big tentpole, like going to be a franchise sort of movie, and it was terrible. It was terrible. Sorry if you don't believe that about your own movie, but it was. Rats on crack. Stealing pizza in New York. Well, ghost faces running around. For the Pooh movie. That comes out after. Wow. It's crazy. Blood on Snow is so cinematic. It really is. And it's been done right very rarely, in my opinion. But it is beautiful when you can shoot it that way. Those reds just pop. Let's see what we got. Let's see where we're at. Oh boy, I'm definitely not talking about her. I hope Everything Everywhere All at Once wins the Oscar. Dungeons & Dragons coming to Super Bowl. Check out the new trailer. Why? I hate when they do that. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for a lot of stuff that they have coming out. What are you most excited for coming out this year? I'd love to hear it. Heroin Snake. Yes. AJ, I actually enjoyed the new Charlie's Angels. Oh, please, AJ, don't. It was so stupid. It was gold. Scares me, AJ. Please. No. I want to see more horror and snow, more so slashers, but done right. Have you seen Dead Snow? If you haven't, you absolutely should. It's right up your alley. Definitely check that out. All right, guys. I think I'm actually gonna start winding down and taking off before we get going. Talk about a couple of things, but I'm gonna play these messages for you. I will be back and we'll talk about it. Just check out these messages. If you have any comments, please leave them. Let's talk about them, and then I'll see you in a few. Hey guys, Mick here. Thanks so much for watching the show and supporting us. We appreciate it. We appreciate you coming back and joining in the comments. But guys, I really want to thank you, our patrons who are out here supporting us, helping us keep the lights on. Really, truly appreciate you. Tim, Paul, Stacy, Matt, Aaron, AJ, George G3, Chris S, Dale, Chris H, Dan, John B, Ron, Jason, and John W. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Guys, we have 3 tiers available right now. As of March 1st, we're adding 2 more tiers for a total of 5 with tons of perks. So go check out patreon.com/thescenesnobs. And join our Snob Nation Discord channel where the moderators are keeping everything going and we're having really fun conversations over there and more. So go check it out. It's free to join and just be part of the Snob Nation. And remember to embrace the absurdity. Hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. We have tons of great shows coming out and more. Our lives are over on Patreon, but you can check out the Snob Nation Morning Drive live show on our YouTube channel Friday, 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern, and tons more shows coming up thereafter. We have great shows like the Scene Snobs Podcast, Betting Bros, Math vs. Smash, Real Combat, movie reviews, and tons more. We have fun over there, and we think you will too. If you're looking for great merch, go over to the snobsmerch.com store. Use promo code SNOBS for 10% off of your order. We have tons of shirts, mugs, everything, stickers, all different types of designs. We love it. I think you will too. So go check it out and let us know what you think. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms. We are at The Scene Snobs everywhere. You can also follow Casey at Planos21 on Instagram, at Casey the Madman on TikTok, and at Twitter Night on Twitter. Guys, tons of fun stuff and new things coming out every day, so go check out our content there. Thank you guys again. We are The Scene Snobs. Embrace the absurdity with us, and we love you, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching those and sticking around. We had some fun comments while that was playing. Meth monkeys on a plane. How about meth monkeys on a train? I feel like you can have a lot more fun deaths of people falling or getting thrown off trains. Because like when it happens to a plane, it's like you just see them fall and then they're done. Jason, knock it off. Stop it. You didn't like that movie. Kidding, of course. Dead Snow, I will be reviewing it soon and want you there. I will bake it. I will make it on a Thursday show in the near future. If you were free, I'd love to have you on. I love being on your show, buddy. You know that. All right. So, guys, as we we're talking, I appreciate you. I know we didn't go the full 3 hours. Thank you for sticking around as long as you did. I will be better prepared for next week, no matter how it kind of plays out, where it goes. We'll see. Just at the mercy of it. So, but I do appreciate you guys sticking around with us. Go check out all that we have going on. I know we've been pushing the Patreon a lot, but it's just because we're excited for it. We got a lot of new stuff coming. We want you guys to be a part of it. Go join the Discord. It's because it is going behind the paywall soon, so of the Patreon. So if you're not on the Discord, make a Discord login. Make sure to join. It is so much fun. Everybody's having a great time there. We do tons of stuff, and we have great moderators and stuff like that. So, and then tell us how we can improve. If you are a part of it, and maybe you don't like something or this, that, or the other, please let me know. I just really appreciate you guys being a part of it. I love the Snobs Nation. I love all the support, all the appreciate, and all the kind words you show us. This means a lot to me. The Scene Snobs is my dreams, my passion. So having you guys as part of that and building this community has always just been a great time. Sounds like I'm signing off forever, but I'm not, I promise. This weekend, we're kind of, we will have a new Does It Suck this weekend for Waterworld, starring, of course, Sir Sturdy and Jason Taylor, the new Scary Snobs we announced earlier. So go make sure to check that out. And their first episode of their newest show for the Scary Snobs will be out next week sometime. So look out for that. We have tons of stuff going on. Snobbies are coming up. Today's the last day for submissions. So if you have any podcasters are out there and they want to put their show in for it, make sure you do email us. You can go find it all over, or go to thescenesnobs.com. We have contact information there. So just tons of stuff, just great stuff coming up. We're planning another Casters for a Cause in April for MS Research. We'd love for you guys to be a part of that. We're going to be looking for shows and stuff for that too, and musical acts and everything. We're going to go bigger, longer, and it's just going to be a fun time. So, appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much. What's everybody saying? Thanks, brother. Stuff happened, and you made it work in the face of adversity. You're the man. Thank you so much, Dale. He didn't say you're the man. I'm saying Dale's the man. Thank you. Join the Discord. Yeah, absolutely. You should. It's a lot of fun. Harvester Sturdy, I need to learn this Discord stuff. Sturdy, your best bet is make one, or go click on the link for the Scene Snobs. It will ask you to make a login. Make the login, then go on the Scene Snobs and sort of see how it works. Channels wise, look at the different conversations, see what's going on. We'll help guide you through it in there. And then it will help you to go out to other Discords that you want to, try it too as well. Mick, what you doing? Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. It's very sweet of you. Have a great day, Mick. Have a great day, Jason, David, Dale, Sturdy, George G3, the whole Snobs Nation. Thank you, everybody who joined in today. If I didn't name you, I'm sorry. I'm running on fumes and need my coffee. I'm always in for Casters of Cause and taking it off as well because it's so important. I love doing it. And we need $300 more to make $5,000 goal overall. That would mean all the Casters for the Cause we've done, the Save Brady, all of them together has combined so far to $4,700. This next one, $300 more, will put us at $5,000. Hopefully we can get way more than that for MS Research. Very important, but we will keep you posted on everything. Sturdy, Discord is confusing at first, but it can't picture my life without it now. See, Dale's right there with you. He's on there. It's really easy once you get the hang of it. He has a really good one too, Bat and the Spider for his podcast. You should go check out his too. And Sturdy says, I have a Discord. I will look into it. Thank you, fucking Dale. All right. Well, we're not going to mansplain it to you anymore. Everyone have an amazing weekend. Be kind to each other and don't smoke crack. I'm going to just stick with those words and just say thank you guys for joining. We appreciate you. We love you. You guys are all amazing. And just thanks. And have a great weekend.